music track, and I'm all good.
That's terrible.
Well, did you see my tweet with it today?
I did.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love that. I'm just like, as soon as I saw it in the trailer, I'm like, I need a GIF of that. I'm gonna need a GIF of that immediately if anyone has that handy. And within seconds. Also, somebody made an emote of Soken's face when he's looking at the chicken nuggets. I tweeted.
Oh yeah, that's that was really good.
There's memes of it, but somebody, I think Hezkezel isolated it. Let's see.
Yeah. Free chicken before we do.
He literally gets free chicken.
Yep.
Ooh, that's interesting.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
I just gotta do some adjustments real quick. To something unrelated to State of the Realm. There we go. Excellent. That should do it. Excellent. All right. Adjustments made. I know, Aqua. I know. I know. Can you tell by my voice what I know? Oh. Ethys, why you banging?
I'm always banging, all right?
You need to stop banging. You're out of control, to be honest. See, there's not even a sub thing for you just banging. He won't stop banging!
Yeah, leave me alone.
I'm not leaving you alone. I can't leave you alone or you'll just bang all day.
So what if I do?
Well, you're banging in front of me. At least wait till I'm gone.
You love it.
At least wait till I'm gone. Goodness. Like, I want to wake up to a wall of F-bangs just like in the morning when I wake up from bed. Just like I turn my monitors on, I turn off sleep mode, my chat loads up, and I just see a wall of F-bangs. It doesn't help that he's a pickle. He's a Pickles. Because then it's like, is his name Tommy, middle name Bang Pickles?
No, it's just he's finger banging, all right?
Tommy,
hello, everyone. Welcome to the most awkward conversation.
Tommy Finger Bang Pistols. I mean, Finger Bang Pickles. There you go.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Pistols, pickles, they sound the same.
Did you tweet?
No, I haven't tweeted yet. I was too busy having this conversation. Anyway, it took precedent over actually tweeting out the show. Live letter, recap, and thoughts with Ethys, the finger banging machine. I'm not actually. I wasn't typing that. Just so you know. I mean, I can totally like go back and edit it. No, Ethys started it, Dewey.
I just posted an emote. I don't know what you're talking about.
Aloha is not pleased with the banging. Look at that. Look, he thinks you're gonna poke him, and he's not even gonna learn any blue magic from this.
You don't know that. He might learn how to finger bang.
Yeah, we missed that part of the live letter, I guess. Oh no, that's the translation for 1,000 needles. That's right. There you go. Big wow. Yep. Ultimate wow. Yeah, see? Someone tweeted, Dojel tweeted out that you're banging in pre-show.
Oh my.
It's calling you out.
Oh my.
Why are you banging, bro?
This is really awkward. Can we do the show?
No, the show's not for another 7 minutes.
All right, I'm just gonna sit here in silence and drink my coffee then.
Oh, I just finished my 5th double shot of espresso, so
That explains a bit.
A lot.
I mean, I'm sure these aren't real double shots. They're fucking cans.
It's going to be a long night.
I'm sure it definitely has the equivalent caffeine of a double shot plus a shitload of sugar.
The sugar content's actually lower than I thought it'd be. Not as much as a soda at the very least. Granted, it's a smaller can. It's got 15% calcium.
Oh boy, strong bones.
for all that banging. Anyway. You started this by typing it.
I didn't start shit, all right?
Meme alert.
It's got skim milk.
We has meme, boys.
It always has meme. When do we ever not have meme?
Ooh.
Alright, I gotta see this. Oh, I already know what this is gonna be. As soon as... Yeah.
No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences.
It takes a long time to get into it, but...
Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. What the fuck? What's the matter? What happened? What's going on? There's so
Oh man.
Oh my god. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I never saw the second one.
Neither.
Alright. Let me go kiss Mel after the conversation we just had before we start the show.
Oh, Wolf, it's so good. That is so
trying.
good.
Slyh, you're trying to survive, man. 2 mics are fighting, and Slyh is sitting there trying to survive as a weeb in the South. Thank you, babe.
I do just fine.
It wasn't even a good clip. Well, it wasn't a good fucking clip, but it was a good banging clip. Had to go there. Had to go there. All right. I think everyone's audio is fine. We still got another like 4 minutes before it gets started. And everything's all set up.
Is there any way that we can like uninvite you to your own show?
Why would you do that?
Oh, I don't know.
There's no good reason for that. Give me one good reason. Slyh, don't make that face.
No, I was about to ask a question.
I was gonna say, why the face, Slyh? Why you gotta do this to me?
Oh, apparently I'm a lot louder than you jabronis.
Well, I'm not speaking, like now I'm speaking into the microphone. So I expect
turn
that.
it up.
It's like, turn yourself up, fool.
Turn myself up.
Yeah, I know, Avatar. I can't turn Slyh up. Slyh's at the max.
How about now?
How about now? How about now? Brown cow?
Yeah. What's up right now? Lisa? Right now.
Barry White voice? It's like got that Barry White voice.
Take it all. Baby, take it all.
That is creepy.
Yeah, you thought I was bad. Jesus. What's wrong with you, Slyh?
The way you came into this world. I don't want to see no clothes. I don't want to feel no panic.
So I think you still need to turn yourself up a bit.
Take off that brassiere, my dear.
You no longer see. How come you want to uninvite me and he gets to be this way?
They said Barry White voice. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, you can do the voice. You don't gotta talk like that.
And we're using the 14 Reddit on Discord, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta pull it up on my browser because I need my other Reddit. I need the app itself to check something else.
Gotcha.
Reactions are enabled. All right, let's see. I was scrolling through to find the top of the live letter when I was live streaming, and Ven's like, "Just click the pin." I'm like, "Damn it!" It's so much smarter. Louder, Daddy Sly. Louder. Why not Sly Daddy? He calls me Hap Daddy, and I don't approve of it.
Yeah, how you doing, Hap Daddy?
I don't approve of
How you
this.
doing?
At 4 a.m, I especially don't approve of it. It was 4 a.m, and he's like, "What's going on, Hap Daddy?" I don't want
Hap
it.
Daddy?
I don't want it. I want none of this. Stop. I'm getting uncomfortable.
I guess we know Mike's a bottom.
Yeah.
Not with Sly. I mean, with Sly, I'm not anything at all.
Oh, with Slyh, you're definitely a bottom.
Hell no. There's a reason why he's from down south.
Look, one of us got to be the bitch. It ain't gonna be me. Fuck you.
All I said is I don't want any of this. That is all I said.
Slyh can't catch. He's got a decent pitching arm, but he can't catch.
If he pitches like he plays Mario Kart, I definitely don't want to be involved in that. All right. He all of a sudden his honor is offended. I saw the look on his face. He's like, "I'm sorry. Did you play it?" I remember when Ethys beat your ass the first time he played. He was cheating because he had the auto drive on, but
Yeah.
he still beat your
Wait,
ass.
turn that shit off and look what happened.
There you go.
I
No,
still
he
won.
technically won. He technically won because he was the other black guy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start the show.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna. I think that's the time to start the
Wait,
show.
what?
I think you guys should just.
This
meet
is your drunk conversation,
Nope.
like we were using.
No, I think.
And
No, I think we should just. No, I think we should start the show, Sly.
no,
What do you mean, no?
these were Ethys's words. These weren't my
That
words.
doesn't
I'm
mean
not
that doesn't
contradicting.
mean I need to let it continue.
Oh, lordy.
Lord is right. For fuck's sake, can I start the show?
I guess.
I suppose.
All right, then let's start the show. They can still hear you. Stop! I had to burp before I started the show. I had to burp when I was muted. And hold on, now I might as well do a test to make sure it doesn't do the thing. And he starts laughing when I'm about to press the play button.
All right, I'm gonna mute.
All right, good. Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. Before we even get started, just a little heads up, and I'm saying it right at the beginning, we will not be having a show the week of Christmas. The next show after this will be the Friday before the patch, which I believe is the 4th, at 4 p.m. Pacific. No questions. It doesn't get lost anywhere in the show. But this week, we're going to talk about the live letter. We're going to watch the trailer. We're going to recap our thoughts, have a little bit of speculation, and a little bit of fun all at the same time. To do that, we're going to need some people to talk about it. I'm one of your hosts, Michael, Mr. Happy Poveromo. Of course, joining me is Slyh, a.k.a. Slythefox, a.k.a. Slyh, a.k.a. Greyfox, a.k.a. my boy Blue. How you doing, Slyh?
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
And, with such a lore-packed trailer and kind of a pretty, just a lot to unpack in general, I asked him less than 24 hours ago to be on the show because I didn't want to bother him with a show this week, but he said yes anyway and showed up. So can we all welcome Ethys, Asher?
Hello.
Hey,
You say that like you don't habitually give me 24.
But I decided yesterday that I decided this week, I was like, you know what? I'm going to forget the whole week. I'm just not going to ask him because he's going to be busy. I'm going to be busy. I know I'm not going to remember. But then Mel was like, hey, did you ask Ethys? I said, no. She's like, you should go ask Ethys. So I asked you and you said, yeah. So I was going to not bother you with it this week because I didn't want to give you less than 20.
Oh, but it was such a good live letter and it was such a good trailer.
I don't know about good live. We'll talk about that a little bit. I don't know about good live letter per se. It was definitely a good trailer at the very least. Live letter for me is a bit shaky, but I mean, at this point, I've seen so many. I'm probably just a little, I guess, jaded in a sense when it comes to I've got it figured out to a T, So I guess how excited can I really be? As long as I got a trailer. I was worried we weren't going to get a trailer because we didn't get one for 4.4, and that one they kind of were like forced to do the live letter earlier because of the 14-hour broadcast. I figured this was forced to be earlier because of the holidays, but they had it done, so it was good. Now I know we really want to talk about that trailer. We should probably watch it first.
Yeah, that would be good.
We can do that.
So we're going to all mute our microphones, and you all are probably going to see this for about the 8,000th time because you've been just rewatching it every time over and over again since this morning. So everyone enjoy the trailer for patch 4.5.
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Beyond the come instant. Throw wide the gates.
Ian and Commander Hicks have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
You, all people, should understand.
My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences.
Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion.
If I must forsake myself to keep mine oath, then so be it. Bless us, my blessed! Show them their folly!
Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword.
What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Soon, we will throw wide the gates. You will be the capstone of this world. I, the anchor and shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
Oh boy. Every time I see it, I see so many talking points that I don't really know where to begin. I remember in 4.1, they started doing this new style of the trailer, and I didn't really like it at first.
What?
No, 4.1 in particular, just I don't think it was a very good trailer, personally. I think it might have, I don't know if it was the contents of 4.1 and the way it was used in the trailer, but other than the end where they teased Ultimate and Shadowhunter for the first time, I don't know, it just didn't come together. But these, in the last two, and even like since 4.2-ish, they've gotten so much better. So much better.
I mean, it makes sense because there's a lot of things coming to a head in this patch. So
Sorry, 4.3 was Shadowhunter. I don't know why I said that. Regardless, all the same, you know what I meant. Yeah.
It makes sense that you would be a little bit more hyped for this because there are a lot of things, a lot of, like you said, talking points, and a lot of stuff's coming to a head. So yeah, it makes sense that, this would probably be your favorite out of the newer trailers. But I was a big fan of the transition from trailers before to the trailers after, like when they first began that transition.
There's so many things I want to know that the only thing harder than waiting for 4.5 at this point is waiting for 4.5 part 2.
Does
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just wondering, does the 4.5 trailer help solidify or consolidate any theories we're having about Shadowbringers?
The idea of going to another shard seems all but confirmed for me from the very end. Which looks to be there's one. So basically, it's a gate with 14 circles in it. There's one that's labeled differently than the other 13. We know there's one source, 13 shards on top of it.
It's a star chart.
Yeah. So I think that is the figurative gate to throw wide between the shards. That's the one thing that's consolidated for me, and also that Varys will be our friend.
And so about that, this is really the first conversation we've had with Varys since
Heavensward
at the Vanu camp.
God, how I didn't think the buildup would be this big just to, get back to Varys and have this conversation again. I mean, so much has happened in between the time, I understand, but I never thought it would be this much buildup to get back to Varys and see him face to face.
Well, last time we saw Varys, he wanted to get his hands on, particularly on like Neuralinking technology. He wanted to be able to kind of do what the Allagans did with the Warring Triad and with Bahamut. And it's only when Regular discovered through the course of the Warring Triad questline that they'd basically been jeopardized, that they'd been that's what I'm looking for, sabotaged, that was no longer an option. Varys has hugely changed his tack since he found out and we found out that the Ascians are behind everything, right? I mean, this all goes back to the argument that he was having with Solace and the idea that he wanted, man to be in control of the world and in control of his destiny. And that's what the Garlean Empire was sort of built on, this lie that the Garlean Empire was built on and that the Garleans were fed by Solace. He wants that to become a reality. He wants the lie to become true, so to speak. And he thinks that working together to destroy the Ascians is going to be the way to do that.
Yeah, and it feels like everyone who we know who is a Garlean is now turning against Garlemald, I guess, as a whole, or at least the truth of it. Gaius seems to his lines there, which, by the way, his voice actor is back, especially in the Japanese version of the trailer. It is much clearer in the Japanese version of the trailer, regardless of hearing the Darth Vader snarl over his mouth. It's way clearer in the Japanese trailer that that's Gaius. That's the OG.
Even
Gaius.
in the English.
In the English one, yeah, but it's a little. I think it's a little bit harder to tell. In the English one, I think the muffling of his voice was a bit more. I guess it shrouded it a bit more, but he's almost. It feels like he knows the Ascians are in charge of Garlemald. It's implied, sort of, at that point.
The question is there miscommunication? I mean, not miscommunication, but will there be a misunderstanding once he sees everything that's going down?
Once Gaius sees everything that's going down, I think Gaius knows. I think he's probably known.
He doesn't know everything.
I think he probably does.
Yeah, I think he's at this point aware of Solace, and it really cements his hatred more. Because again, we've spoken about how he was supposed to be Solace's best bro and like carry on all of. He was like just such a diehard Solace fan, so he probably is way more pissed than everybody else. But I mean, we even get Elazinos in there fighting the Garleans, Varys looking to create a peace treaty of a sort with the Eorzean alliance. Gaius just really not ready to deal. He's just like, nope, they're all dead. I'm killing every Ascian. I don't care. They're all dead. That's it.
So the most important part of this trailer, for me at least, was the line that we're getting from the same voice that's, instigating the calling or whatever. Win or lose, the path ahead of you leads only to oblivion, right?
Yeah.
So what that's sort of suggesting is that now, basically all shades of gray are being like completely removed. Like we've always thought of the Garleans as like largely these sort of, well-intending, but, chaotic influence. And it seems like they're being sort of evenly split between like the Optimates and the Populares. And it is finally becoming just like a pure like light versus darkness, good versus evil kind of conflict, which hasn't really happened before. There's always been a little bit more nuance than that. So it seems to be implying that like if we win, we get a flood of light. If we lose, we get a calamity.
Well, I mean, both are calamities. It's just a calamity of light versus a calamity of.
Well, they're not both calamities. A flood of light destroys the shard.
And a flood of darkness doesn't.
Well, it's not going to cause a flood of darkness. No. It's going to cause a calamity. We're not worried about a flood of darkness. Either we lose and enough damage is done to the shard that a calamity is caused and one of the other shards gets rejoined. Or if that doesn't happen and we destroy the Ascians, then a flood of light erases all life in the universe, possibly, if it's happening on the source, or definitely at least all life on the planet. So the more it's talking about like these options and these possibilities, the more I'm thinking it must be Arbit, right? And again, this whole idea of like jumping between shards and throw wide the gates that we may pass. It seems to me like Arbit and the Warriors of Darkness established themselves as pragmatists during Heaven's Ward, is that they had to make this decision between the lesser of two evils, right? And it seems like they're doing the same thing here, and they're saying, all right, the only way to avoid this flood of light is for us to help bring about this calamity by taking the Scions out of commission, by making it really, really difficult for the Warrior of Light to sort of get through this one. It seems like they want a calamity to happen so that they can return to the source and they can help us out in some way, throw wide the gates that we may pass, we being the Heaven's Ward, Warriors of Darkness, to kind of help us on our journey of becoming this new thing that we have to become.
Oh, God, it's so much to think about.
Well, you say that it's like all but confirmed that we're traveling to another shard. I don't think that's the direction. I think it's them traveling to the source rather than us traveling to to the first.
I guess I should have been more clear. Shard traveling is going to be a plot
Sure,
point.
but it's not going to be something that we experience.
That's what I meant to say. I meant to say that shard hopping, because that, like I said, that looks like no more figurative gates. That's a literal gate.
Yeah, that's a literal gate.
Yeah,
it does seem that way, doesn't it? Because that's on like the shore of the ethereal sea or the place betwixt or whatever. I mean, it looks like a Sharlan star map. It has like this very kind of Sharlan sort of look to it, like a very anti-tower kind of look. But I don't know. Is it possible? Do we actually see Solas in that shot? Is it possible that that's a shot in the anti-tower and that we're just hearing Solas's voiceover at the same time because it's somehow related?
I don't know. I don't think that voice is going to that scene.
Mm-hmm.
It very well could. I think it's one of those editing things where I feel like it's a probable misdirection. At the very least, that line probably takes place close to it, but I don't know that it's going to take place at that literal moment. But it's whether or not it is. I feel like he would say that to us ahead of us doing something like that. I don't think we would just be in this place unless he dragged us there. Like, I don't think it's in the anti-tower. I think it is. I think the anti-tower is the anti-tower is the easiest way for us to access the edge of the betwixt.
I feel like we went to the anti-tower so we could confer with Hydaelyn, right?
Yeah.
If we have a suspicion that this calling is being instigated by someone beyond our shards, then it would make sense for us to go to the anti-tower to try and talk to whoever this person is and have a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the place where the sort of numinal limits of our shard kind of fall apart, and we can meet with things from other dimensions, from between dimensions. So it would make sense to me that is somewhere in the anti-tower, and we sort of go there to be like, yo, Albert, like, what the fuck's going on? What do you think you're doing? Kind of thing. Or maybe that's where we meet Solas for the first time. I'm not sure. But it just screamed like that star map, that gate just screamed like Sharlan to me.
I'm down for anything at this point. I'm so down for anything and everything. I don't want to try to disprove anyone's anything. I don't want to say my thing I think is more right than something. I just want it.
Just want it to happen.
I just want it to happen.
But my question is, at this point, are the Sharlans the only one who have that knowledge of, communicating with other shards or, going beyond?
No. Well, we don't know that first. Maybe there's a secret.
Yeah, I mean the Sharlans and the Asians. I mean, we know that the Garlands have an understanding of what our star is and the fact that it's one world among others, which is not like common knowledge to Eorzeans. But I don't know if they have the means to like confer with other worlds or anything like that.
And that's where Solas comes into play with me, because it's like you have an Asian behind Garland. You have some knowledge.
Well, the difference between like the Sharlans and the Garlands, the most important difference is that they both have knowledge, but the Garlands don't really have the means to do the kind of stuff that the Sharlans do with magic. They just can't. If they can't do it with Magitech, they can't do it at all.
I'm just wondering if it's less of a physical place, like the anti-tower, and more of a result of the calling in the first place. Like how we kind of get pulled from reality, in a sense, but we always come back because we have our echo.
Yeah, so it's more just some echo bullshit. Yeah, that's quite possible.
Like, when Midgard Stormer removes our Blessing of Light, like, we doesn't actually send us to another ethereal plane, but it sends us to that area looking where we actually see our Blessing of Light dissipate.
Yeah, but we're standing on, like, this glyph, right? And when we get drawn to speak with Hydaelyn, we're just sort of like floating around the crystal. Or the crystal. Here we're standing on like a physical platform in space with like gilded patterns and stuff on it. Like maybe if it was like this sort of magical circle or like a glyph like it was with Midgard's armor. But I don't know.
Dude, there's so many possibilities. Yeah, we'll see, man. I'm down for anything. I'm down for anything and everything that happened in this trailer, because I said I want to know what the fuck's going on with Elazinos. I want to know if Varys throws away our differences and joins us. I'm now waiting to see if Gaius is now once again our enemy, but in a different way. That's the next thing, because he is the Shadow Hunter and he has sworn to get rid of it all. We are becoming the Shadow Bringer, in a sense.
Varys is totally playing us.
Oh, you think so?
He wants the Ascians gone, but he doesn't want... I don't think he wants, like... he wants harmony, but he still wants to be on top, you know? Like, I think he still wants to maintain the Garlean Empire. He just wants it to be on his terms. I think he sees us as, like, a tool by which he can remove the Garlands and then he can be on top.
I don't think he wants to subjugate.
Situation.
I think he likes being emperor, and I think he's butthurt that he became emperor only to find out that he's a puppet and he's not really the emperor.
Maybe.
I mean, it just seems like so much of such a dramatic shift for him to be like, all right, fine, let's dismantle the empire.
It was a pretty dramatic shift to find out the whole thing was made by a goddamn Ascian. That the entire empire was a machination of the Ascian, even down to the likely, at least theorized still, the actual removal of their ether to make them a desperate people, like we've spoken about with the burn over and over again.
I think he's probably known that since Heavensward, though. He's probably known that since he first became emperor.
I have a feeling he just found... I have a feeling...
Like, just in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't think he's known Solace was running shit until Elidibus showed up with Xenos' body. And he started recovering all this shit.
Wasn't the reason Solace came back because Blaha Brea fucked up? Yeah.
That's a big
reason. So it would have been like after 2.0. After 3.0. It would have been like in the patches after 3.0.
At some point. We didn't see Varys at all throughout almost all of 3.x. Outside of... we saw Regula, but Varys was a ghost until like 4.1 or something.
Well, he wasn't really a ghost. We did get small... I'm trying to think of the cutscene. We did get like a tiny cutscene with Varys in 3.x. I'm trying to figure out which one. But
he was still mostly a ghost. Like,
yeah, he was just kind of hovering around the background. And like, we didn't really know what the Empire was up to other than the stuff that they were looking for in Azazlar.
Yeah, once that was resolved with Regula, I mean, then we resolved that once every 2 patches with Regula, and it was like, well, can't do shit, I guess. Won't work. It's all broken. It's all busted. So it's oh man, I'm just it's mostly the dynamic between people that have been on the opposite side of each other pretty much this whole entire time, and I still think Gaius being a Shadow Hunter and us being Shadow Bringer is going to be something that brings us to a head again, and he will not be our best buddy like we may have hoped prior.
So you're going to take that quite literally, and you think that Gaius is going to end up hunting us.
Yes.
He's going to end up feeling like he's the warrior of light.
I don't think he thinks himself that high. I just think he literally has this vengeance against darkness as a whole, with how much it's like corrupted him and his entire life purpose.
So you don't think he understands the importance of balance, and that's going to be an antagonistic point.
His nearly exact quote was that he was going to drag them all into the light and put them to the sword. So no, I don't think he has much sense about him anymore.
I really want to be friends with Gaius, but that would be like a really fun way to put us in opposition with him again.
Yeah, because literally,
possibly in opposition with Alphino and Alize as well.
Yeah,
and that brought up my next talking point with Gaius. How big of a part do you think Alphino is going to play? Like,
I think Alphino's Team Gaius. I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be like Gaius and Alphino versus us and Alize. Like the twins are going to be split against each other as well.
That's what I'm thinking.
I reckon that'd be awesome.
It's hard to tell. Well, right now we know Alphino is probably kidnapped by Solace, where we have to presume something happens because he has my brother.
No, I think she's referring to Gaius.
Oh yeah, that could be true. It's hard to tell because that all takes place in the burn.
Hanging on. he ends hanging on to her because he's like, hang on, there's more to this than you realize. But obviously, as soon as she finds out that it's Gaius, like she panics and thinks, oh no, the Black Wolf, this monster has got. Yeah, I think she's talking about Gaius rather than Solace.
It's one of the two. Because then the red herring is then Solace comes out walking down the WWE fucking walkway like that.
Yeah.
You're still on that shit,
dude. I love that.
Oh god.
I love it when he does that. Yeah,
he's been practicing that choreography for over 80 years now.
But I feel like the whole there's more to this that's going on is going to be a huge thing for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like there's going to be a lot of miscommunication and misunderstanding between a lot of parties because there are a lot of parties involved in this. And there are a lot of things going on at the same time, and not everybody is on. I mean, like you said, there are a few people who may know things, but not everybody's on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gaius being one of the main ones, and the whole us going against Gaius, I feel is going to be part of that misunderstanding. I mean, yes, he wants to take out every shadow, but he doesn't understand. He won't. I feel like we won't be able to, talk him into believing why we're doing what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do what we do. So I think all of this is just going to be a huge misunderstanding.
I don't want it to be just a misunderstanding. I want it to be a clash of viewpoints, because here's the thing: with the information the Warriors of Darkness gave us, they very clearly don't think anyone's going to listen to them with the way they're approaching this. If that is Arbert and it's not some other voice like Alphino or one of the other theories out there. If he doesn't trust us to do the shit after it being properly explained, he's got to start doing the thing. They're taking the hard road of, putting people out of commission to try and force it to go a different way. Then I don't expect anyone on our side to believe us if we have to start picking between the lesser of two evils. And if one of those is literally like, a flood of light, or we become, darkness, which is perceived as evil in this world, to fix everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So where's Urianger in this trailer?
He's a good question.
Isn't he still out? Wasn't he out of commission?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everyone who is out of commission is not in the trailer.
But the thing is, like, Urianger found a middle path with Arbit, right?
Yeah.
Between this lesser of two evils. And I can't help but wonder whether we're not going to be so much like, we're going to choose one side or the other. Is like, we're just going to try to have our cake and eat it too, and we're going to kind of fuck up from doing that. And I'm just like, I wish Urianger were here, because if anyone's going to be able to find a way to like avoid either of these things, it would be him.
I mean,
so
I would trust
that's the one problem with the thought of it being Arbit is like, why would Arbit take Urianger out? Is Urianger out? I think Urianger is out.
Yeah, because literally only people who get up from that calling is Alsain, the Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
That's where Ishtola and Urianger go OC.
Mm-hmm.
And then we still have to consider the trailer has Thancred, which means they come out of it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Question of how far into the patch that is, but that's another big question of why is Thancred out of there? And also Thancred's also fighting against creatures of the light, so is he seeing more sense, which I would believe out of Thancred of all people. Mm-hmm. Especially if the theory that that's a reborn Minfilia of any kind. And if she says, don't do this shit, he would be like, yeah, all right.
Okay.
All right. That's it. That's all I need to hear. I trust you. Yeah. But I've never been this excited for a story patch. 2.5 and 3.5 wasn't even close to this. I feel like there's so much more on the line. I think because they raised the stakes a lot more in this one. Because I think back to 2.5, and without knowing about all the bullshit, hey, they're all really alive thing that they did. That was epic in the moment, but it was mostly just hey, we really need a good reason to get them to Ishgard. Like, well, we're not allowed anywhere else, so I guess we'll go there. That's all that got us there in the end. And of course, being part of the Steps of Faith. But that was the extreme event that brought us there.
Well, that was pretty extreme. That was us going from being the champion of the realm to being like public enemy #1 and having to seek refuge in, some frozen shithole.
Yeah, but I kind of saw not everything, but I saw at least one major point of Nanamo's, fake death. We all kind of saw that coming a million miles away. I don't see anything coming here. Everything's confusing to me because it literally is, there's nothing I feel is solid or set in stone. And then with 3.5, it was like we already knew we were going to Garlemald, and the whole Shinryu thing, and then Omega. But again, Shinryu and Omega ended up being like two completely, like Shinryu had at the very end, it's like, I kept him as a plaything, whatever. And then let me show you what my artificial echo can do. And then Omega just turned into the raid. So it was like this really cool scene that didn't really amount to much other than, hey, the event that took place, with the Griffin just re-sparked conflict between the Empire and Alamigo. It was a cool scene, but like the weight of it wasn't as high for me. The weight here is way higher.
Well, I mean, do you think we're going to be ending 4.55 on a cliffhanger?
Fucking hell.
Because that was the thing. Like,
I
think that's the thing you're kind of tracking here is that 3.55, it had like this really big kind of epic moment, and 3.4 certainly ended on a cliffhanger. But 3.55 like kind of resolved, and 4.0 wasn't really a cliffhanger. It was like it was a new story and this kind of self-contained sort of thing. And I can't help but wonder whether this flood of light or this calamity, whichever way it ends up going, that's going to happen before the expansion starts. Like I don't really see us ending on a cliffhanger. So I think that experience might make it feel like as you're saying, there's less at stake sort of moving into the expansion because we kind of know like the stakes have kind of been laid out for us.
The stakes being laid out for us doesn't mean the stakes don't have as much weight. The mystery of the stakes is not what makes them have as much weight. It's literally, this is pretty much make or break for all of the source and all the shards and everything. This is a conflict that, if it comes to a head, it literally means one way or the other, the end of the world. Whereas the other ones would like be a figurative, like end of Eorzea, or Garlemald taking over, or the dragons destroying Ishgard, which that's all they cared about. They didn't care about the other city-states or anything. They just wanted to destroy Ishgard, and we needed them back so we could prevent the Garleans from invading us. Like, even all of Ishgard, all of us helping Ishgard was just because we needed them in case Garlemald attacked. Like, if we didn't need that, we'd have been like, fuck them. They want to be assholes? Fuck them. But we're not that guy.
I don't think that was our motivation. It was more like we found out what was going on in Ishgard and we felt compelled to kind of make it right.
That's because we're the Warrior of Light and we just do what everyone tells us.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a political motivation. We weren't like, yes, we've got to get these guys ready.
But I mean, that was why that's how the plot was set up, in a sense.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, we needed them.
Heavensward was very like a very kind of self-contained narrative, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was kind of like a side story.
Garlemald literally has been the plot point of like everything other than Heavensward.
Not necessarily Garlemald, but the Ascian threat.
Well, I mean, now that's one and the same, but
yeah, it's one and the same now. But
yeah,
and that brings me to believe that there will be kind of a cliffhanger because there's so much. I wouldn't say so much conflict. Yes, there will be a lot of conflict, and to like Solus is one of the driving points that I don't think we can't resolve that in one patch.
No.
Yeah, we're not going to resolve that in 2 patches.
Well, we resolved Nabrialis. It's like pretty fucking.
Nabrialis was a dumb motherfucker. Yeah, we
don't know that Solus is.
He put this shit together. He's less of a bitch than Nabrialis was. Just like he was just wandering around. He's like, yo, what are you doing out here?
Solus has been playing the long game. What makes you think he's going to roll over this quick?
I mean, that's Nabrialis literally is the opposite of Solace. He's literally like, oh, they don't have that light ward protecting them. So I guess I'll try and win right now. No plan at all. Just fuck it. I'm going in and I'll try and win. That's it. Cost him his life. Solace is like, he's pretty well constructed in how he's approached it.
I don't know. Like, we smashed Nabrialis. We smashed Lahabrea.
Because they were both idiots.
Totally, they were complete idiots. But I don't know. I think it is quite possible that before we get into 4.4, like Solace and Elidibus will just be gone and deleted.
I don't think Elidibus can ever be fully delete as the emissary of Zodiark, unless the Zodiark is delete. I don't know. I have a hard time thinking he's ever gone.
Again, you got to realize that Elidibus is not. He's one of the major players within the Asians, but again,
well, that's what it would take for a flood of light to be risked, right? Is that Elidibus is the one that's kind of keeping the balance, is kind of juggling things, right? If he's gone, then no one's around to do that. Yeah, he is.
No, he actually wants it. He wants it balanced. Yeah. I mean, he literally employs Unukalhai for that reason.
Yeah, he's literally the dude whose job it is to make sure there isn't a flood of light or darkness.
I feel like there are Asians that we have not met who,
of course, there are,
or may not outrank Elidibus or outpower Elidibus.
I don't know if they'd outrank or outpower Elidibus, but there are other Asians that may or may not be around, and they may or may not have already been destroyed by Gaius.
Yeah, well, we know he's taken at least one major Asian's life has been taken. He's taken a few minors and one major. We don't know if he could have found that mask from one of the, we've killed 3 majors at this point, but I doubt it. It's probably one he hunted down himself. So that makes 4 majors gone pretty much out of, what is it? 13, 12, 13. I can never remember how many there are. I know it's the Scions of Light from Tactics, but I always forget. I think it's 14 then.
No, it can't be one for each.
Well, no, Zodiark is the 14th in that, which would make Elidibus technically acting as the 14th in a sense. But here's the thing: I always view Elidibus to Zodiark as what Minfilia eventually became to Hydaelyn.
So you think Elidibus is like
he's the voice of the father?
He's literally Zodiark's arm, his mouth, his everything, and that plays into his relationship to Zodiark and Tactics. A little bit, because he literally becomes Zodiark, like for the boss fight when you get to the end of that actual dungeon with him. So he's one of those. He's gonna be central. I don't think he's gonna be gone. Like we can't just destroy Xenos' body, and it doesn't look like we brought with us a weapon of any kind to deal with Xenos Elidibus. Though we are aware it is Xenos Elidibus in the game itself. They're very much believing it is an Asian, so they could have brought something. We just haven't seen it yet.
We eventually have the science to shit out of this. I mean,
Moonbreeda did the first time.
Yeah,
well,
we saw Gale and Hojo there saluting Varys.
Yes.
If Varys is on our side, then Ellis and Hojo is on our side, and maybe he's got a plan. Varys wants to destroy the Asians. That conversation has got to be along the lines of, "Hey, Science Man, you worked out a way that I can kill this prick yet? Because I've tried my gun so many times and it doesn't seem to work." And Hojo's going to be like, "Yeah, boss. Here's some kind of blade of light or some light bullet. Let's fuck him up. Let's do it." He's literally Ellison Hojo. Look at a picture of Hojo next to that Ellison. His name is going to be Hojo.
Let's be honest. Olis was the first Hojo before this one is Hojo.
Yeah, this guy's dead.
Hojo. Olis was nobody. Olis is gone. He's nobody.
Now he's nobody. He's still alive. He's still alive. As soon as he finds out he's dead, he's like, "Yeah, he's fucking nobody. This guy is."
No. I said that it doesn't matter if he was alive or dead because he made notes. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
But this one's Hojo. He looks like Hojo.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Doesn't he look exactly like Hojo?
I mean, doesn't every scientist look like Hojo?
No. He's got the same fucking beard and all that shit.
Hojo had the ponytail
though. Did he always have the ponytail?
Wasn't around for very long to have anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, he was in he was in like Crisis Core and all that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
Crisis
of
Core. He's in
course.
7. He's
right.
a part of Dirge of Cerberus, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean, unfortunately? That game's great, all right? Wait, Hojo doesn't have a beard. Maybe I'm thinking of the other scientists.
Yeah, all those other scientists with beards.
One of the other ones.
Yeah,
Anyway.
all those other.
You're probably thinking of a Crisis Core character. I can't remember.
Probably. Look, it's not important, but that's probably what that conversation is about, right?
Yeah, sure. We'll see. I mean, that whole conversation is taking place. He says Commander Hex troops are closing in and they can't.
He's not saying that.
It kind of seems. I mean, I get that.
No, he's not saying that. Commander, he said Hien and Commander Hex's troops are closing in. It's an Alamegan voice that says that. This is the accent. It's Alamegan. It's either Arenvold or it's some other Alamegan.
You know, why would he say that their troops are closing? Oh, I get that. Okay, I see the perspective you're seeing. I'm seeing it from the perspective that their troops are closing in, we're losing, not we're losing, but our backup's on the way, which is how you're...
Yeah, which is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, like Hexed is Ida and Hien.
Ida? Excuse me, what? Ida?
Please.
Excuse me?
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, it's true. Like, their last name's Hex. Both of them.
Yeah, but that's not her, unless she's back.
Yeah. It's the backup is on the way, but we don't know if we can hold out long enough for the backup to get there.
I better fucking hurry.
But it's an Alamegan accent. It's that Northern English, Newcastle accent that they give to all of the Alamegans. It's not a Galayan.
Which I really see. It's times like this where when they put that scene and they put the commander talking to the scientist talking to
misdirection.
Varys,
it's misleading. Yeah,
I see that. And I'm like, yeah, sure that.
So that brings me to my next question and next big talking point. Well, not necessarily big, but in terms of location, where is the Gimlet Dark?
It's between. It says on the 4.5 site. It's between Alamigo and it's the connection between Alamigo and Ilsabard, or that edge of Aldenard and Ilsabard. Because that's what they're doing. They basically said, "Hey, we can't attack this place, so we'll attack this place."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can't go through the burn. They can't fly over the burn. They have no way of reaching Doma at the moment. So
they fucked over Dalmasca.
Yeah, so they can't reach Doma, so they're attacking Alamigo.
They have to go through the Gimlet Dark. Yeah, there's a short little description of it on the 4.5 site.
I think it's more likely that we're going to find out about Black Rose and the stuff that's going on there. So we're going to start setting up trenches and stuff like that, like to the northeast of Alamigo, to make sure that they don't bring that shit down into Aldenard. And that's where we're going to kind of, come head to head.
And that's when the Forsaken come out and be, "We are Forsaken." And then we have Wrathgate all over again. It's a World of Warcraft reference.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah. It's Wrath of the Lich King.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's played WoW will understand that and be like, I get what he was going for.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking MMO noobs over here. Fucking MMO noobs. Disappointing. Anyway, all the same. There's a few other things we have to talk about. We've been hard focused for 45 minutes on the Carnival, on about 45 seconds of the trailer.
Whoopsies.
And there's still the Evil East parts to unpack.
Yeah, that's all self-evident though.
There's not a whole lot that's self-evident there. There's a fucking giant Gundam with a sniper rifle.
You did not just call him a Gundam.
He's a Gundam.
He's kind of a Gundam.
He takes 6 seconds to load a rifle. And that's part of the fight. You can see they're still attacking the fucking actual boss for the super kill it before it blows up in rage style thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only boss they showed in all of Ivalice. They didn't. There's 4 bosses there. They didn't show any other ones. Now I really want to know who the other 3 are. That's it. Then it was the Orban Monastery, and it was hard to tell what it was. I don't think they showed us what was underneath. They just showed us walking into Orbon, and that's and then one mech, and that's it. They left everything else a secret.
It's probably more Gaug underneath it. That would
at this point, yeah,
make sense of the mech.
Yeah, and on top of that, I'm expecting it to be the Great Crystal under there, some like Gaug friggin' contraption that was projecting aurosites with that shit or something. I don't know, but it better be Altima. As someone pointed out that because Altima's a sign of light and dark, one of the Asians is already named Altima. So I don't know if there's a problem with that or not.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we've had the Asian Altima actually named, so it's not a hard thing just to kind of change that
bullshit around.
Yeah.
We get to see Heretic Ramza. Well, I'm assuming at that point that's our OG Evolution Ramza, not our Ramza. Or it could be our Ramza with the Aurosite being old Ramza, because that already happened to him once, where he became not dickhead Ramza for like 18 seconds. And then Alma has an Aurosite. She's being consumed by something. So I don't know if she's being transformed or Altima's planning on using her as like or she becomes Altima as a manifestation of the Aurosite or anything like that. There's so many things, and the fucking nerd Al Ra's there speaking in a way nobody understands again, probably.
I understand.
Yeah, but the characters don't. They're always like, they're like 3 sentences or less, please. Even the smart people.
Even Sid was like, "You want to try that again?" Like, it's fine, Sid. Like, don't fucking patronize me. I'm on top of this. I got it.
3 sentences or less, please.
I wish every character would speak like that.
Sid doesn't.
I learned so much from
patches would be so much longer.
I mean, here's the thing: the patches are already longer because every time she speaks, we know she has to say it again because they're just like, nope, don't even fucking go there, Makoto. Don't do it. Don't do it. Man, I just want to know all the things. There's so much. And that's not even including the fact there's no Hildebrand there because they don't want to spoil anything from that, because if you went to FanFest, you know the truth. You know what to expect from that. They mentioned that he would be there in the live letter. I know it's not really story lore, but we do pick up the occasional like actual story tidbit out of Hildebrand occasionally. It's not super common.
Got heaps of lore stuff out of
Heaven's Word for me was probably the most lore heavy with GG and all the time magic and everything.
No, ARR gave us the truth about the war between Ul'dah and Sildir.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we always I guess it's true. We do unpack a lot of that stuff. But I mean, we haven't really done that with this Hildebrand.
No, not yet, which means that a bit of it is hopefully coming.
I don't know, man. I was knowing the truth about Jimmy. I'm so conflicted. That's about all we've learned this point, is that Jimmy's into, dressed up Hildy. That's about all we can say definitively. He's so conflicted.
Who wouldn't be? Are you kidding me?
I guess that's true. Not the fucking Mandragoras.
Piece of man candy.
The Mandragoras wanted nothing to do with that. They're like, ah! Like, I'm fucking out.
Is that your Mandragora noise?
I don't remember the sound they make. They just all yell and run away. When he goes to be like, and they're fucking out at that point. But yeah, Jimmy's gonna be an interesting time. What else is there? Oh, Eureka! So some of our predictions came true about Eureka. Well, one in particular. Absolute Virtue is there.
Oh yeah.
And don't try to tell me it's someone who's not absolute virtue. If they name him anything but absolute virtue, they're fucking liars. And
okay,
you're wrong. It's absolute virtue. He instacast Meteor. I didn't see any wyverns, but it's him. Okay, we see Ozma Savage in there too. The concept from 2 FanFests ago.
Is that really gonna be Ozma Savage though? Like, is this really gonna be like hard?
I think it's a matter of the fact that how many people it's scaled for, and the fact that we can be just stupid OP if we really want to be in Eureka. Just a question of how much it's bounced. They did say recently in an interview that Sly and I went over that they didn't balance Hydatos around needing Logos actions, but you want them more there. Things like the 99% damage reduction and paralyzes and dispels and reducing evasion and all sorts of things like that.
I like the idea of having to think about your party composition and having different party members taking different actions to deal with different mechanics and stuff. I really like that idea.
Yeah, but he's there and Ozma Savage is there and I'm scared. I don't trust people. People debuffing Eureka is too strong. Don't make that face. I don't trust you. Listen, just because you finally got a 10th party last night doesn't suddenly make you some fucking expert, all right?
Listen, mate. Listen, I've been trying to spawn her for like 2 weeks.
I know.
Shouting in shout chat, trying to work out what the katakana is. They call it rare, not penny like we do. So shouting in katakana for rare and then a bunch of auto translate. People just been fucking ignoring me for weeks. None of the Japanese players care about penny anymore. They all did it day one.
Get fucked.
Yeah, I did. But I got it now. It's good.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we decided that Absolute Virtue's new name is going to be Absolute Virtue. Zuzu. He's our new Zuzu.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it could be Absolute Zuzu or Absolute Zuzu.
Okay.
Somebody in my chat came up with this.
I gave up.
I suddenly have to go.
I didn't actually come up with this. My chat did.
Wow.
Everything? Because since fucking Animos, everything needs to be a fucking zoo.
Zuzu. Not just one zoo. Zuzu. A zoo is a giant bird. We don't need that.
It's awesome.
Cornu Zuzu.
All right. Thanks
Sly
for having me on the
Zuzu.
show.
Eth Zuzu. Hap Zuzu. Zuzu Vela.
It's been a really good discussion.
Yep.
Like Vuvuzuela. Instead of Vuvuzuela, it's Zuzu Vela. Oh, chat.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff. Live letter, you know.
Oh, chat. Oh, chat. You make me smile so much, Chad. That's some Zuzu shit. Oh, I could do this all day. That's where you go. Please don't. Get the script out. That's where you go. Please don't.
I'm just trying to let this shit die.
All right. Well, you're a dragoon, so. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You come up with new material.
It's too easy. I did just come up with new material.
You know the answer to that, all right? You know the fucking answer. No, he can't.
Jesus.
Too easy. I did come up with new stuff, and you made me resort back to this.
So, what do you think of Mahjong, Mike? What do you think of that?
Oh, it's not Blitzball. I'm so happy. I was just like,
Blitzball's still in the works.
I mean, I have no doubt about that, but I had resigned it to being Blitzball they announced. I've been saying it since the last live letter. I was like, shit.
I like this idea. Yoshida was saying that they've kind of been exploring the idea of taking other games like Mahjong and working out how to put them in the Gold Saucer as mini games. So I'm thinking like, what we're gonna get like chess. We're gonna get like Texas Hold'em. Like, I think that'd be really cool, right? Having like a sort of tabletop simulator kind of play box in the Gold Saucer almost.
Here's my thing. I don't mind Mahjong because, as they described, the people who developed it literally just developed it in their spare time. And they didn't take any time away from existing projects.
Yeah, totally.
They were just like, we want to see if we can do this. So, and then Yoshida was like, well,
Yeah.
don't do it on my time.
Yoshida was like, look, so long as you don't take time away from Blitzball, if you're doing a bit of Mahjong.
Well, they did because it made it first.
Well, you know, Blitzball is just
but
like, it's a lot more complicated.
Yeah, Blitzball is a lot more complicated. Like, how easy is it? And I say easy. You know, how easy is it to develop a Mahjong game that, you know, everybody, you can play on your phone even?
I don't know. How easy is it?
Yeah. I mean, they made tile specifically, 2 different tile types. They had to develop the UI for it. They had to create an instance for it.
The art and UI is the easy part.
They had to program it.
Yeah.
Maybe they just copy pasted some code. They're just like, yeah, fuck it. Here. Done.
What you think? You think they just like stole some code from a Mahjong app or something?
Yeah, totally. No, they didn't do it.
They probably took Yakuza.
Let's see. View source code, copy, paste.
Yeah, right.
No, they didn't do that. But and on top of that, they need to write the AI for the NPCs.
Yeah, of course. They need to write the AI. That would have been the hard part.
Yeah. But it's just, here's the thing. It's one of those things they're gonna add. It's not Blitzball, so I'm happy. And it literally will have no impact on me. I played Mahjong. Last time I played Mahjong, I was 8 on like Windows 98 because I was tired of pinball and solitaire. So I was like, what's Mahjong? And then I just clicked the funny looking symbols as an 8-year-old and it lost every time because I didn't get it. Because no 8-year-old should be exposed to Mahjong unless they've been watching their grandparents play it since they were 4. But dude, that's the best thing, dude. If you have a relative who really likes Mahjong, you could just be like, hey, can you farm MGP for me? It's all Mahjong. That's it. Instead of getting your child to gather for you, which is what most adults do, you can get your parents or your grandparents to play Mahjong for you. Come on, I know so many people that just, their kids like, wow, this game looks so fun. And they're like, yeah, hit that node for the next 4 hours. You're done with your homework, right?
I mean, you're going to have to get that mount.
I mean, that mount's just, it's the best mount, so it's worth it. But, you know.
I mean, it's not.
It is, but that's fine.
It's going to be more expensive than Fenrir.
Yeah, probably about $2 million. It's pretty easy to make MGP.
Yeah, but there's no way. There's no way.
What do you mean there's no way?
2 mil.
Why not? What do you mean 1.25? No, fuck. Fenrir is a little bitch compared to this thing, all right?
No, I don't even think that'd be worth 1 million. I wouldn't farm any MGP for that. That's not going to make me feel like I want to go and play 50 hours of Mahjong.
I mean, to be fair, you should be farming it now before Mahjong comes out, so you don't have to play Mahjong when that happens.
Oh.
No.
See? Or you can wait for the Make It Rain campaign.
Nah.
Still not worth it.
I really don't care about MGP.
They just need to give it better music and it'll be the perfect mount. I thought they outdid themselves with the Mikoshi. Nah, man. Whole nother level right now. It's so good. It's the best thing. It's very lore friendly too.
I definitely want to farm Tamamo Gozen, but I have no dogs at the moment, so that's going to be
no doggos.
Better get started.
No doggos. None dogs.
Get started. You got a few weeks.
Mike, how many doggos do you have?
Grand fucking total is 0 because I lose them. Almost all of the doggos I've seen, except for I think Suzaku's dog was the only one I've never seen. But I lost.
I rolled single digits on everything.
Yeah, same. I literally have rolled a 9, a 14, and 18. And I rolled a 92 once, but lost to a 98. That was on Byakko, I think.
Oh.
So I just have 3 dogs before, 3 before Seiryou. So yeah.
There you go. You just need 3 more. I'm assuming you have Shinryu, Byakko, and Susano. That's my random guess.
Byakko.
I know Byakko because you told me because I said I would never farm it and you said I don't have to anymore. I remember that.
Byakko.
Oh, you have Tsukuyomi? Nice. Nice.
Byakko, Tsukuyomi. I think I have Susano. What color was Susano? I don't know.
Ask him, not me. And then he doesn't care because he has none of them, so he has no point of reference.
But I know I have
Blue, probably.
Question mark?
Question mark. Yeah. All I know is that I have 3 doggos. Yeah.
He's okay. Yeah, I'm never gonna see that mount until I can solo Byakko one day. That's the earliest I'd see it because it's just not fucking happening. All right. Man, there's just this patch is juicy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty juicy patch. Like we said, we have the new Gold Saucer mount. We have Mahjong. Air Force One looks like it's pretty much the same as Leap of Faith for me, where it's something I can do in 2-3 minutes. It's a little bit more engaging than some of the other activities. And it's just
something like Leap of Faith.
Well, I mean, like, in terms of, like, what it accomplishes. It's a short little mini game that's kind of segregated from, like, it's an actual mini game. It's not like, go stand on the platform and press emotes. Or stand on a platform and pray that Typhoon's not an asshole. You know? Right. Or bring a vase somewhere, which you can't even do anymore. It's like an actual, fully developed mini game based on an idea. And it's not something like Lords of Verminion with a super amount of depth where you just don't even want to bother because it's way more thinking than you bought this game to do. And it's just not fun also. But, you know, it's a short little event. It's good fun, like Leap of Faith. So, what happened?
But the challenge log, though.
I mean, yeah, but I literally just bully a fucking Goobu with Fenrir minions. It takes 62 seconds. I do that 5 times. I don't touch it for the rest of the week. Like that's how it goes. Same with Triple Triad. I just bully some random NPC for 10 games. I just don't touch the Chocobo racing because those fuckers try, and I'm not down with that. Those fucking things try too hard. I'm done with those NPCs.
But I'll agree with you. Air Force One is a little bit forward thinking. Well, not really too forward thinking. It's a rail shoot.
I just like it. I like the little mini games take 2-3 minutes of your time, and you get some MGP for them that are a little bit. They break the monotony of the rest of the game a little bit.
And with I guess all the mistakes Yoshi P made, he got some pretty decent MGP from his reward.
Yeah, he got like 3,000 or something.
3K.
I don't know, something like that. I mean, even all the other ones, all of them are good. Like I did the dancing one, the choreography one. It's 2,500 for fucking 16 emotes. Like the MGP is fine. That's why I don't have an issue with the cost. I could always do Wondrous Tales and pray for 100,000 to 1 million MGP from that too, if I really wanted to. She gives 100,000 MGP every like other week, and then she can also get 1 million with one of the rewards. Pretty sure you can get 1 million from that.
I can't even remember the last time I did Wondrous Tales.
No, I can't remember either.
I asked the same question this morning.
I went over there to say hi to the pig-faced Zayla, and was like, "Oh yeah, let me see Wondrous Tales, see if it's got MGP." It didn't for me this week, so.
Yeah, what's his deal? It's weird that we've gone from, what's her name? The princess of Swinasada.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Christ, what's her name?
She's such a common name. Kurenai, yeah. We should really know that one. We should really know that one.
So we've gone from her.
Start calling him Princess now.
Yeah, we've gone from her to this guy, and I'm just like, okay. All right.
Well, it's more so we literally went from Idleshire to Alamigo to Kugane, literally back to the same building in Idleshire. That our first delivery client. But I guess they can't stick someone in a pig mask and not explore that at some point.
Sure they can.
I mean, we all know what's kind of underneath there. Some people thought that it was maybe a VR. Like, no,
that would be so funny if it was a VR, like that had just been there all this time.
No, there's the other NPC that tells you a little bit more about Adkarig or whatever his name is. And that implies he's a Zayla on the run of some kind. So, but now we're going to get to take off the mask. Who is Bane? Why does he wear the mask? That's all I'm going to be thinking the whole time.
I don't care about this NPC, and I care about most NPCs.
He really does care about most of them.
I don't.
He cares more. I think he even cares about Boxman more than I did, and I made a whole fucking documentary.
Oh, dude, I love Boxman. All right, let me see if I can find this guy.
Is he? Oh yeah, I didn't actually even think to look for him in the lore book.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look for him.
All right. Well, we have that. We have the new custom delivery client. I will say that the main reason I wasn't super crazy for this live letter is because outside of the trailer, they kind of explored a bunch of stuff we either A, knew already, or B, maybe didn't need to know so much about, like Mahjong. Like, we didn't need as much time that was spent on Mahjong over I think it was almost 3.5 hour live letter.
3 hour live letter, yeah.
Like, Mahjong is Mahjong. It's cool that they're talking about it, like why they developed it and, how it came to be. But it's just like, for me, the Mahjong section was almost like when they have the special guest and I don't speak Japanese. It's kind of just like the interest levels kind of dip. I was just relieved. As soon as I found out it wasn't Blitzball, I was like, okay, you can move on to the next thing. That's all I needed to know, that it wasn't Blitzball.
Well, we got more Seiryu. We got actual Seiryu visuals.
Yeah, but we get it in the trailer. And by the way, Seiryu is my favorite of the 4 design-wise at this point.
Oh, he's fucking cool, isn't he?
He's cool, but they went with kind of an Orochi design for Seiryu, whereas Seiryu is a dragon, a hardcore straight up dragon.
Literally,
well, Seiryu can't be a dragon because he's an auspice. He's a snake that became old enough to become an auspice. That he's become like draconic, but he's quite distinct from like Midgard's almost brood. He's not. They couldn't make him look the same as the other dragons,
which makes you wonder what Koryu ends up looking like, because you'd have to assume similarly that Koryu kind of follows in the same boat in a sense. But I mean, yeah, and honestly, with the mythology and the mythos behind a lot, like various mythos, not even just looking at Chinese and Japanese mythology, but even looking to Midgardsormr himself, he's not a dragon necessarily in his origins. He's the world serpent, but he is more of a snake, really. When you see the image of him swallowing his own tail.
Well, Midgardsormr is a sea snake.
Yeah, exactly.
Thor accidentally catches him when he goes out fishing.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh shit, my bad."
So it's really not that surprising. It's not the only time where we've seen kind of liberties like this taken. It's not even really a liberty. It's an interpretation. Yeah. Dude, Shiva's a dude in real life. We can't be judging this shit exactly. Yeah, Shiva's a dude in Hinduism, and she's some scantily clad woman across all of Final Fantasy.
It is. Seiryu is so close.
Nidhogg's sister is a squirrel in Norse mythology.
That's true. Hreisvelgr
Bahamut's a fish or a whale or something that sits on top of Kujata, or Kujata sits on top of him. One of the two. I don't know.
Hreisvelgr was a rooster.
There you go. Hreisvelgr is a rooster. Just this giant cock.
Okay, I mean, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about his size. But that's all right. We can take some creative liberties, like you say.
Bismarck's a literal warship. They just made him into a whale.
Yeah, and also a German dude. With a big mustache.
Yeah, and a German dude with a big mustache. I mean, that's kind of like the Bismarck that we got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's nothing about Ad-Kirach from either of the law books.
Okay, well, that at least settles that.
I don't care.
If he's not in the lore book, I don't care. He'll be in the next one. Don't worry.
We'll see.
We'll see. We will indeed. Seiryu will be in the next one. And yeah, I don't know. I prefer... I like this design. Previously to this, Byakko would have been my favorite of the 4, even after we got Suzaku. Like, Suzaku was a cool design, but it was a lot less... Arumatama felt like a more threatening thing. Feels like it's a more... When I see Suzaku, I don't see a threat, kind of. Like, I'm being told it's a threat.
Yeah, you see ass, don't you? Yeah. How you doing?
I was going to say, it just more looks... It's just... She's a woman with a flute.
God.
But Slyh just...
Tenzin, please!
Tenzin, please! But Byakko is just like foreboding aura around him. It also helps that I guess the trailer for him had Dancing Mad and it fit way too well to Byakko's actual kind of part in the trailer there. But I don't know, Byakko and Seiryu just like this Arumatama, it just emanates a lot more, I guess, badassery to me. And Suzaku, I felt like they made her pretty, but I didn't. There wasn't really that other than her being thirsty as hell for Tenzin, and that was it. The whole fight, she's not even like angry, but she's literally just being thirsty the whole time. I don't know. It was just like I was laughing throughout all of that. The only thing that made me laugh in Byakko was the air phase, where we would all see if we could do it without using our hands. Like we would like just use our face to see if we could dodge the things, or we would put one person on auto.
That was the thing.
Well, in Suzaku, the thing is you try and steal people's DDR orbs because you can actually get 11 stacks if you do it properly. You can be in yours, jump into somebody else's, and get both of them simultaneously.
But it has to be the one next to you. Right?
Yeah, it has to be the one next to you. But that's a little mini game that you can play in Suzaku. I've seen people get 12 stacks in Suzaku by stealing
FFXIV's bullshit.
By stealing other people's orbs by jumping into them and looking in the direction while they're midair and then landing before the orb actually registers. I've seen it. It's pretty fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
That is probably some FFXIV's bullshit. Like a
No, honestly, it's not even that. It's just hilarious to do because everyone's like, I'm gonna get 10 stacks. And you know how it's like if you don't get 10 stacks, you're a shitter, so you steal people's 10 stacks, and then everyone looks at them and be like, the fuck did you miss that?
That's terrible.
It's so funny to do. It's so funny when people steal stacks from one another. Oh man.
So I guess from Serrha, what do we think the Koryu confrontation is going to be like? Because I'm kind of thinking like we'll get a single player instance where we fight with all the 4 lords on our side. Like that'd be pretty cool.
Well, I think it'll be Soroban instead of Genbus in particular.
Yeah. Are you thinking that Soroban replaces Genbu?
Well, that's what he's training. He's basically training to be the young to take his spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see Genbu die somewhere along the line.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Do you think?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised, but they don't need to kill him. It's one of those things where Soroban's still like. I know we sped up the process, but he's still kind of so young in the process that kind of losing his. I don't think he needs to lose his mentor. I feel like maybe Genbu can make a tough decision at best, but he doesn't need to die. I just wouldn't be surprised to see it happen. I expect us to interact with like a spirit of Tenzin during that fight as well. I expect Tenzin to take some sort of ethereal shape similar to like Ysael.
I don't really think about that either, but yeah, now that you mention it, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: those 4 auspices. He's basically a primal to those 4 auspices in a sense. I mean, he was a warrior of light at one point. We've often debated.
Yeah,
that in a sense.
Absolutely was. And he like gave his power to them.
Yeah, and his power is literally what's sealing away Koryu at this point. So he has ethereal traces probably still left in the area.
The minor auspices play a role in this?
I think they will. I don't think it'll be in the fight itself, but I won't. But in the cutscenes and the actual build up to it, I fully expect all the minor auspices to play a major role. They're probably gonna like hold Koryu. They're probably gonna hold the seal like a little bit just to like keep the solo instance contained while we all go into fight. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see them contain it while everything else happens. But or Koryu and Tenzin could have a Nidhogg thing going on here.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be very conflicting for Suzaku. Do I fuck him? Do I kill him? I don't know. She's just like, I've never shown you this form, have I?
That's what he's gonna say when he walks out. Oh no.
She's got a lot of sexual tension. Sexual Tenzin, I almost said.
Sexual Tenzin.
Sexual tension building up.
It's gonna be like Reddit and Xenos.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh no. Definitely don't try to find NSFW, Alphano, and Gaius pictures on any point. Do not even think of Googling it because they're probably out there. I've seen that theme suggested. Dude, you can't read a few Reddit posts without somebody literally going, please don't go to that subreddit. And then everyone goes, what subreddit? And guy's like, listen, all I want to say is the single most talked about thing today.
Sure is.
Ethys, what did I say not to do?
Wow. Wowie.
What did I say not to do?
Alphina's penis is small.
What did I say not to do?
I couldn't help it. I was curious.
I love how we get from the live letters to the dark side of Reddit.
I didn't start it. All right. I didn't start
no
that.
time. Holy shit.
All I did was bring up that half the time. Listen, you know what the number one most talked about thing in my stream was today, other than the live letter? The fact that some hentai website shut down. It's the only other thing people were talking about on my fucking stream today. All right.
Oh no, that's tragic.
And I've been seeing it all over my Twitter feed too. Something to do with PewDiePie. What they said, like, if you don't sub to PewDiePie, we'll delete our website, and then the website got deleted or some shit. I don't know. See, they all know. The chat knows too. They're all talking about it now. They all know. I told you this. You can't search these things.
Oh no!
I warned
really did. It's really good.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, y'all need Jesus.
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
And now they're naming other websites in the chat. Well, at least I have this alternative. I just watch it for the story. You fucking liars. You dirty, dirty liars.
Well,
so we still need to talk about Blue Mage a bit, I think.
I was so surprised they even covered Blue Mage anymore.
Really?
I mean, they've talked...
We had to get some gameplay, right? We had to get some gameplay.
Yeah, I guess. But it was like they just spoke about it so much during the part 1. It's rare they spend a ton of time on something on part 1 and then spend a ton of time on it again on part 2. I think it was needed, but I was still surprised.
Well, we had no idea of how it was actually going to like work in
We knew. We'd seen all the stuff that they showed. We just didn't see it moving.
We didn't see everything. We didn't know that our hotbar was going to be limited to 24 actions.
Yeah, we did. We've known that for weeks.
5 different presets.
We didn't know about the 5 presets. But did they need to show that in gameplay? They could have put that in something else.
I think it definitely helped.
Okay.
It's what people want to see at the moment.
The best part about that was we got to see them use the gold saucer mount.
It was very clarifying. People have been confused about a lot of Blue Mage stuff, you know? Like it needed to be clarified.
And this is where I agree with Mike. I feel like there's not a lot to be confused about. However, and I'll ask this to you both. Do you think they were kind of compensating due to
the reaction?
The minimal backlash that they got, like reaction, but minimal backlash.
I think it was a compensation so much as a concession that people needed more information, that people were confused. And there was a lot that was like up in the air, right? Do you need to get hit by the ability to learn it? No.
They explained that in the first live letter.
Yeah, they did. They did. Do you have to kill the mob to learn it? Yes, you do. They didn't explain that in the first live letter.
Yes, they did.
One of the main things that
what's the proc rate for each of the abilities? It varies. Do you have a better chance if you're in a party? No. How do stats work? Here's how stats work. It's all about into the weapon. Damage doesn't really matter. Blah, blah, blah. Worry more about your body pieces. Can we go and do instances with other blue mages? Like, yeah, they said, okay, you can do these ones and these ones and these ones. But people were still really confused. And a lot of people were still under the impression that this was a kind of job that you could only do solo. So it was good to see even that little bit from the trailer doing Stone Vigil. People were like, oh, okay, there's 4 blue mages doing Stone Vigil. All right, cool.
Well, to be fair,
like there was a lot of misinformation and a lot of confusion out there about blue mage.
I'll give you that. To be fair, in regards to the party issue, I assumed that you'd be able to do this with a party because, like, who the fuck wants to do this by themselves? It is solo. It is mainly a solo job, and they are really hitting hard on the solo thing in Shadowbringers. Like, I can.
Trust. They've implied will only work in Shadowbringers stuff, like stuff that pushes the story ahead.
New Game Plus.
New Game Plus. But New Game Plus is less of a solo thing and more of a, I want to do the story or use that to, because some people, one of the biggest complaints I've seen from WoW players is they like having a straight direction to level everything as opposed to dungeon spam. Dude, like I've seen that a lot over the years. And so for years I've seen people ask, is there any way for me to repeat the story to level another job?
But that's not the point of New Game Plus. New Game Plus is to do it.
You can do it though.
Max level.
You can do it though if you want.
Is it just going to sync to whatever level you are? I don't know if it does.
Pretty much. That's what was implied at the live letter.
I thought it was more implied that it would sync to max level.
If you are max level and you just want to do them again, it will. It's not like the quests are designed for max level. It's if you're max level, they will be synced to you. Right,
but here's the difference, right? Is that if New Game Plus is max level, then you've only made one sort of syncing option. Whereas if it syncs to whatever level you are, you have to have this whole
you probably just need to be at the minimum. No, you probably just need to be at the minimum. Anything else?
What, you think it'll scale you down?
No. I'm saying that if you're using another job that's level 1 and it's level 5 quest, you're not just going to be able to do it. You're going to need to be level 5. And then it's.
But if you're level 6, it'll sync to level 6. If you're level 40, it'll sync to level 40. If you're level,
I mean, we don't know about all that, but
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it is like that, if it's syncing to like whatever level you are, if you're trying to level up your job, then there's going to be like this whole like complicated algorithm for syncing all content to all levels. It seems like a lot more.
I don't know that it's a complicated algorithm because they probably have an idea of the general strength of each item level. They've synced things to all that before, to all those various levels and item levels and everything. But there's been a lot of talk about using it for other jobs. A lot of people citing sources on things that imply otherwise. But we'll see. I honestly think it's terrible if it doesn't let you just do the story again as a lower level job.
Yeah, I agree. It should definitely allow you to, go back and get experience.
But even still, I wouldn't even think so much about that being solo content because you still just are following the rules of the story. Like, yeah, you could unsync some of the old story stuff if you were like the trials and whatnot if you really wanted to. You could also just do them at level, but that's no different than just doing them now.
Yeah, it's no more or less solo content than doing the story for the first time.
Yeah, just higher level if you're doing it at max level and shit. And then we have, Blue Mage. But here's the thing. There was never a question about whether you could party up on Blue Mage or not. The question was, it was uncertainty on the learning rates, really. I think that's the only thing they clarified. They said you cannot queue into anything but a pre-made party. It says it on the slide. If you're in a pre-made party, you can still
definitely. But I'm not saying that like they failed to explain things the first time around. It's just like a lot of the things needed to be repeated because after the first time around, there's been so much like misinformation and ambiguity, like, around the subreddit and around all the other community spaces that are obviously like, all right, we need to run people through it again, slower, explain it to me like I'm 5 kind of thing. That's what people needed. I get that.
In regards to learning, they even made a point to say, even in the live letter, that they weren't using dev mode.
And then he used it to cheat and get a bunch of spells afterwards. But yeah. For the first 2, he was like, well, for Bad Breath, I had a 30% chance of learning it. For Chub Shooter 2000, I had a 20% chance of learning it.
And when I saw that comment and like comparing it to what I saw, I'm like, I'm still calling shenanigans a little bit. A tad bit. That's not going to be everybody's first day of Blue Mage. I promise you.
I will say, I figured every single spell would be Atma levels of RNG to get before this. Like, that was my presumption for it.
He must have gotten his like a day.
It is really interesting that they all have like varying levels of RNG. So you got to imagine that like the higher level spells, the more complicated spells are going to be like progressively like lower and lower rates. So like the Shiva bow thing, like that might be only like 1 or 2%. We're probably going to have to go and farm a shitload of Shiva to be able to get that. And the same will probably be true of all the other extreme primals and shit. Whereas, like field mobs are obviously going to be like, 25 or 30%, right?
I mean, I would presume the same thing. All the level 50 ones are going to be more difficult. But there was something about learning of the spells that gave me a little more faith in Blue Mage. I kind of let out a sigh of relief. My biggest concern with Blue Mage up to today was they were going to implement it, and it was going to go the way of Eggy Glamours. There was the fear that it was going to get in and get left behind immediately. They were not going to update it anytime. They just keep talking about it. Yeah, when the time is right. Yeah, we're thinking about it. They already said they've planned stuff out through level 60. They've already planned out spells. They've already planned out certain aspects of content going into level 60. Specifically, level 5 Death, the example they gave us at the live letter, the part 1, is a level 60 spell because you have to learn it from Google Library. That's the first time level 5 Death is used. Angermanu uses level 150 Death in World of Darkness. To be clear.
We're not going to be learning that.
And you're not going to, and I don't think they want you to pre-make a 24 man.
So obviously they've got it planned out, but they've also got the story for all of Shadowbringers planned out. So when they say that, are we looking at like 5.0, 5.1 for level 60? Or are we looking at 5.4,
That's the next question. But they've in the past they've said they have ideas, and they've got whatever with Eggy Glamours in particular. They said they wanted to expand on it, every couple of patches, and then they didn't do anything.
No, they didn't.
They gave us a kind of time frame on that.
This I thought it was going to be more of an accelerated release type deal to eventually get it caught up to where
nope. I never expected.
I don't think it's like at no point during 5.x is Blue Mage going to be level 80. No. I don't think. No.
I mean, even still, it will be level 80, but it will not be hard to the point where it can, do things outside of what it is.
By the way, Slyh, your mic got lower randomly. It equalized, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have automatic volume adjust, because I had that issue for a while, the automatic volume adjustment on, sometimes it turns back on. I've had it happen.
No.
No.
I mean, I did have the patch though. I did have the patch today.
Okay. No, I don't think it'll. Literally, there will never be a point where it is the same level as that expansion that you are currently in. I don't see a point that ever happens.
Yeah,
I think they want people. I think they want for people to be abundantly clear. This is not for you to take into max level content. I think that's the easiest way to get it across to people.
But then the thing is, like, even if they accelerate it, it's going to end up having to slow down, right? It's like, okay, it could be level 50 now, then it could be level 60 and 5.2, level 70 and 5.4, level 80 and like 6.2, and then it'll have to like, it's like, it's really difficult.
This is why what I think they end up doing, I think the reason they already started talking about other limited jobs is there's a point where they start trading, like, we'll raise this one's level cap here, this one's level cap here, this one's level cap here, and then they don't have to do that. Because people who are doing limited job content are probably like, okay, I'll do that one since they're increasing it. Oh, now I'll do this one. Because it's now aimed at a subcategory of players. So I think it goes to level 70, maybe 70 by the time we're done with the next expansion. And then the next one comes out. And then now they start trading them off a little bit.
I feel like they put too much into it to kind of, like, one, stagger it that way, and two, not catch it up to current content. Like, yes, it's easy for people to kind of get the inkling, / idea that it will be, phase into, current content for like everyone. But like, I'm a realist. I know this is a limited job. I know outside of what its intended purpose is, it will not be used for anything. Yet I will still enjoy it.
So why catch it up to current content if it can't do the current content?
Why not? Like, at the same time, why not?
Because then people are going to try and make it fit into current content. And then it's going to cause a whole huge shit show. I think they want to keep that distinction very, very separated.
I feel like they made that distinction already by saying it's a limited.
Saying it is as soon as you put that shit at level 80 and we're level 80,
it's no longer a limited job.
It's no longer. Yeah, the only thing that's limited is they've told us, and that's it. There's nothing. There would be nothing else to indicate.
They made that distinction, so.
But Sly, nobody pays attention to anything. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't just assume somebody heard Yoshida say it, or they read the pop up in the game. How many black mages are still using Fire 3 as their only spell by the time they hit 50? All right, no one's reading shit, okay? Just saying. Nobody's reading anything.
Okay.
Fire 3, Blizzard 3 is the best rotation.
Y'all motherfuckers need to read. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying it's never going to match max level, ever. They if they ever decide, hey, we don't want it to be limited anymore.
I honestly hope it doesn't, because as soon as it matches max level, all non-max level content for it is redundant.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, if it's not max level, it means that we can keep revisiting that content in a, new and compelling direction with new rewards, and that's good. That's good that it's keeping old content sort of fresh and relevant in hopefully a compelling way.
But we have other avenues to keep old content fresh.
No, we don't. We have old avenues to be compelled to do old content for tomestones or what the fuck ever, but it doesn't make it feel kind of fresh and new.
Let me just say this. I look forward to the 8 blue mage coil.
Yeah, that's going to be so much fun, and I'm going to be all about that. Like Savage Coil, Blue Mage, pre-made. Hell yeah, let's do it.
They have, Mighty Guard is a tank stance. They just don't have a provoke as far as we can see. So whoever has aggro turns on Mighty Guard for 1 hit, and that's it. Then
they'll have a provoke. They'll get a provoke.
I don't think they will. I think Mighty Guard's literally going to be more so like, I'm about to get hit by something big. I want this on, not I am the tank. Like it increases.
But it also increases stamina generation.
Yeah, but if you're with a group of 4 blue mages, you have 1. Because you need to do tank swaps. If they don't have a provoke, it doesn't matter. We already know they have ranged DPS, caster, roll actions. So that would mean they'd have to bake a provoke into one of their spells. And what fucking monster teaches you provoke? What monster is going to teach you provoke?
Why does it have to be a monster?
Yeah, I guess that's true. You could learn from the quests. Because Mighty Guard, I don't think there's anything that uses Mighty Guard. I think that the only thing that comes to mind for Mighty Guard, because they're going to change the tank LB2, so obviously it has nothing to do with that, is the iron, maybe the red iron giant in Castrum Meridianum. He's the only thing I can think of that puts up a giant defensive thing, but I don't even think it's called Mighty Guard, so I think that's got to be a quest reward of some kind.
But my second guess would be that they add enmity to a monster ability.
If they add a provoke, then sure. I'm not optimistic they'll have it that way. I don't think Mighty Guard. I think in a party of 4 blue mages, yeah, it's the one with Mighty Guard is the one that tanks for that exact purpose, because you don't need a provoke in a 4-man.
I would be genuinely surprised if there's not a provoke anywhere.
We shall find out. But either way, they are equipping them. I'm assuming they'll have White Wind to heal. I feel like that's a safe bet. And, I just want to see how that evolves. Because if they give Blue Mage enough attention as its own content, yes, I would prefer they do Blue Mage traditionally. But if they show me an infrastructure for how Blue Mage is going to be updated, which they've started to already, I feel a lot safer about it as its own. Because honestly, if it was a traditional job, I would have leveled it to 70 and then just not touched it. I would have been one of those people, because we all know about, on average, 10 to 12% of a player base kind of mains a job at any given point. And so this would have just been, another subcategory. And that's great, because I would have loved to have had another option for max level content. I still wish it was designed that way. But I think a lot more people are going to do Blue Mage because we're going to
spend a lot more time playing it this way.
Yeah. That's kind of my optimism speaking.
Yeah, I like that. What I'm really looking forward to is the idea of having, say, like an 8-man pre-made and being like, all right, we want to do Coil and Blue Mage. There's all these, hundreds of spells. Like, what do we need? And being like, all right, so I'm going to be the tank Blue Mage. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to learn all the blue mage skills that I need for tanking this stuff, and I'm going to focus on that. You focus on learning healing stuff. You focus learning on DPS stuff. We've got these 5 different like presets we can use. Well, we're going to have, you know, a tanking preset. We're going to have a healing preset. We're going to have a couple of different DPS presets, I suppose, and go out and learn those things and kind of make these different sort of like meta builds and kind of work out what the meta builds are for healing, for tanking, for DPSing, for blue mage. And I think that'll be really, really cool. Like that'll be really, really fun working out the meta, working out the rotations.
And they've also said they don't expect it to be a set rotation because of the way the spells work.
Well, they said you're still going to have to build some kind of rotation because of like spell costs and stuff.
Yeah, but they're basically like normally they design
self-evident.
Normally they design a job with a flow in mind. They want A to happen, so B can happen, so finally C can happen, and then you start all over. I mean, that's evident in our combo system. Blue doesn't have that in mind.
We're going to have to find that.
They didn't design Blue Mage with that in mind. They didn't say, hey, we want you to go from A to B to C. We want you to figure out what A, B, and C should be and what it'll be for any given scenario.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, we're going to have to work out.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Build a rotation for that. Yeah. And as a community, we're going to work out, like, what the meta rotation is for Blue Mage, which is going to be really fun, I think. And then go out and grab all those skills that we need for it. And then get to the point where I'm like, oh, yes, I've learned all the Blue Mage DPS skills I need for my meta rotation. Like, that's super rewarding. Now I'm going to take it into content, absolutely, you know, sweep the floor with every boss and coil. Like, that'll be so much fun.
I also am thinking of, they said the carnival starts off with very basic rewards. They said they just wanted people to get acclimated. And then they said we want to put gear and mounts in there. The clarity on that. Again, seeing a plan going forward is what I wanted to see. More than actually getting my hands on Blue Mage, I didn't want it to fall into the obscurity of Eki Glamours. And I understand...
think just saying that they do have a plan.
Yes.
Is reassuring. I get that.
Yeah. Because it is very much a when I'm done, I'm putting this away job. It's not like every other job where the only time you put it away is when you stop playing the game. This is when I'm done, I'm putting it away. So you need to see a content plan for after that. So that's why that's important to me. And that's why I'm probably gonna have fun with it. And it comes out, and also I'm glad it comes out a week after 4.5 because that way it doesn't stack with the MSQ or anything.
So glad. Yeah, we have time to farm Serrha. We have time to do Return to Ivalice and all that.
Yeah, because I was actually worried specifically about Blue Mage Day of. So I'm grateful for that. In fact, they talk a little bit about patch staggering for the whole thing. There's a lot of it. A lot.
This has always been a concern of ours.
It has. And I went into the first time it happened optimistic. I will go into this one again optimistic, but I've now tasted what the staggering can be.
I'm not holding my fucking breath. I'm sorry.
Well, let's go over what it is. So patch 4.5, that's great. All the things I would think to do on day one are there. Main story quests, new dungeon, 24-man, Serrha, the finale of the Four Lords. They will be updating the original Rival Wings map. They will be buffing Pagos rates in case anyone hasn't finished that. All the gold saucer stuff, so Mahjong, Air Force One, the new mount, any other things they happen to be adding, the new custom deliveries client for anyone who for some reason gives a fuck, who's not Ethys, and so all that's part one. 1 week later is Blue Mage, which only concern is everyone's going to be talking to that Blue Mage NPC at 3 a.m, and they do not have a great track record of that. They do not have a great track record of 1,000 people trying to talk to the same NPC.
Well, we
like
probably won't. Actually, what am I saying? We probably will be getting DDoS. I was about to say we probably won't be getting DDoS this time, and that's not true.
Yeah,
that's a lie.
So Blue Mage Savage is going to be a thing before anyone even unlocks it. Then we have 4.55, which is a month after 4.5. So this is like early to mid-February. And that is Hydatos and the new Rival Wings map, which unfortunately is, believe it or not Seal Rock. And so I can only be sort of excited for it, but I'll just be in Hydatos the whole time, killing Absolute Virtue anyway. killing absolute virtue. Then we have 4.56 Part 2, which is late March. That's MSQ and Hildebrand. That's 4.56. Between that and 4.57, or around that time, is when they add the two new data centers, Crystal and Light, to NA and EU. Then we get the World Visit System. Then 4.58 is a big mystery, probably just a bunch of small stuff before the expansion comes out. Oh, and Allied Beast Tribe quests. We confirmed Stormblood Allied quests. Those are also in 4.56, along with Hildebrand and MSQ stuff, which is good because I really like the Heavensward one, and I want to see what absolute shenanigans the Namazu get. I don't know how a Namazu and a Nanta and a Kojin get along. Like the previous Beast Tribes clash, I feel like this is on a whole nother level of these three should not in any way ever get along.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to compel that. I mean, it's going to be trade. That's kind of the common thread throughout the Stormblood Beast Tribe quest is trade.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be motivated by the East Aldenard Trading Company.
And also, of course, Dickhead has to make a return from the previous two, like he always does.
Oh, of course. No doubt.
So that has to happen. But I'm looking forward to those as well. I'd like to pose a question to both of you.
Okay.
So that 14 and 15 collab, right? That was completely absent again. So EU FanFest, I guess?
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe when episode Arden actually comes out.
That's in March.
Yeah. I think they're just suddenly going to be like, oh yeah, and Regalia on Mog Station. That's the collab.
No, dude, it's the Regalia mount and the Kenny Crow minion, as we've seen in the picture frame in Final Fantasy 15. So Regalia mount and a Kenny Crow minion.
I don't know.
I think they're going to use it to fill the gap between February and March because that's beginning of February, end of March. There's a huge gap there where there's no update. I think with episode Arden being March, it might fit in that area.
I mean, that's not going to fill the gap.
I expect it to be Rathalos. I'm hoping it's Rathalos quality. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I didn't say it will be. I said fingers crossed.
So what would the fight be then?
Well, if I can spoil the 15 side of the collaboration, I guess, because
we know what that's about.
But do you know that their Final Fantasy 15 Garuda states that they were awoken by a hero from another world?
Oh my god!
Yep. Noctis disappears briefly. Garuda. 15's Garuda, one of the messengers of the gods, who's a dude, by the way. Would like to remind everyone Garuda in lore can change their gender. Although it's most initially depicted as a male, kind of similar to Shiva. They said they're woken by a hero from another realm. And Noctis clearly spends, he appears there and he goes, I think it was a dream. And then Ijime's like, oh, I was worried you might have been teleported back to my world. Because we learn an Allagan device from 14 and a Solheim device from 15. Solheim is basically like the origin of everything. They sync up and start teleporting shit between the worlds.
I think this is an important time to remind everyone that these crossover events are not canon.
Yes.
All right. Final Fantasy 15 is not one of the other shards. It's not. Don't at me.
Same with Shantoto and Dragon Quest. Those are not other shards.
Don't do it.
Just like when Yoshida breaks the fourth wall in the anniversary events, the office at Square Enix is not another shard.
No, that shit's canon. I'm sorry. Fuck you. Canon.
It's the 15th shard, but it wasn't on the gate. They're all adding you now. Now it's time for them to mishear and be like, wait, it is? Confirmed. You're welcome.
Yeah. Nope.
It's all right. Oh man, and I feel like there's still other bits. Oh, you know what else was a nice confirmation? The stats you have on the Pyros relic will carry over to the Hydatos relic, which was a question people had. I thought there was no way that didn't happen, but people still were scared that it was going to be the case. And also, if you don't want to work on your stats on the Pyros weapon, you can just wait for Hydatos to do it because the kettle will be available there too for the rerolling step. Yeah, at the end of it.
Yeah.
So once you finish the Hydatos relic, you could just do your light grinding there instead of doing it now in Pyros. Or you do it now in Pyros and you don't have to think about it when you get to Hydatos. So it's kind of the first time we've had, not really I guess the first time, but the first time we've had, I guess, almost an interchangeable step. Like, you could always go back and change the stats of the old weapons, but it's, how do I say this? It's still weird to me to basically be able to complete a weapon with no stats and then choose to do the next step and then add stats to it. Or to still not add stats to it because it's just glam for you. Which, I don't know, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's really cool. And it makes sense because, like, the secondary stats don't mean anything while you're in Eureka anyway, so...
Which also is weird because Yoshida said in that thing we talked about last week, Sly, that he thought that people with really high substats would go in and murder the public dungeon. So I'm like, why would that matter there all of a sudden?
Really? Did he really say that?
He sure did. We talked about it last week. I think it might have just been something in translation because he also mentioned he mentions Logos actions alongside that when he comments on it. He says people will go in with really high substats and powerful Logos actions and steamroll it. Like, there's going to be that group of people that are just like that perfect at it.
Right.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, and that is true.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can't even get fucking people to do Penny this many weeks out, if there's bunny fates in Hydatos, we're fucked, dude. We're fucked, dude. Everyone's going to want to do bunnies. Public dungeon. That's not bunnies. It's going to be the same fucking problem.
Terrible.
I do it. I sold another hairstyle for 1.8 mil, dude. I'm digging it.
I've opened so many gold chests and none of them have had anything. I've gotten the horns a couple of times and they're worth like 100 gil.
Yeah, the Archaeodemon horns. Not the Elther's horn, the Archaeodemon horns.
Yeah. But other than that, it's just been materia.
Dude, I'm saving up all that materia for what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like 500 or 600 materia saved up. I'm going to transmute it, hope to get crafting grade 7s when the expansion comes out. Bam, money.
I was thinking that I just put them all in like a pillowcase and just like beat you with it.
I mean, that's a good use.
That's a great idea.
I don't know how much market value that gives them, but personal value goes way up.
Yeah, it'll be really satisfying.
But is it crit materia? Because if not, then it's not meta. It's not a meta.
I think it had to be direct hit.
It's not a meta pillowcase. I guess at the beginning of the expansion, though, yeah, probably gonna be. We have to see how the stats get rearranged.
It's just gonna be a bit of everything, right?
Okay,
it'll do the job. I think it'll do the job.
All right, unless if it's tenacity, probably not. But otherwise, yeah, it'll probably be fine. I'm just saying. Yeah. So, is there any other major point from that? I'm sure there are. We've mentioned certain things. Obviously, there's the announcement section with the weddings and Soken's chicken.
Okay. One of these announcements I've got mixed feelings about. There's a light novel, but it's literally just a collection of all the tales from the Calamity, tales from Dragons stories.
But it's got 4 new ones.
With 4 new ones, wow!
And Tataru is one of them. We get to find out about that she's Zodiark.
God, that's gonna be like 6,000 words of original content. Yay! I've been wanting a short story that builds on the backstory or the lore or talks about another era or whatever for such a long time. And this is cool, and I'm gonna get it, but it's kind of annoying to me that it's like almost none of it is original content. That's frustrating.
I mean, our lore book there's fucking 20 pages of just hunt logs being stuck in with a picture next to them.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a lot more original content in the encyclopedia, but like with the encyclopedia, it sort of makes sense. But releasing a light novel like this, it's kind of an opportunity to kind of build out stuff that we don't know.
I think they don't want to do that too much because people don't like having too many external. Like it's nice when an
More
external
outside of
source
me.
enriches something, but when it's a
You'll
story,
love that shit. Like, think of the
No,
number
they
of
don't.
franchises.
man, you ain't
that
played
have-
Destiny. Let me tell you that.
No, they don't.
You ain't played Destiny, dude. Especially if you're in a country that can't easily access a book like this through legitimate means.
Yeah, like Australia.
Yeah, that's why it sucks for you. I'm helping defend you.
Well, they just need to make it more accessible.
It is only like 1,500 yen, so it's like $15, presumably.
I could like. There's so many franchises that have done that have had like novels and comics and stuff like that to kind of build out the universe, and people eat that shit up. It's great. It's so
It's
good.
nice when it enriches
Didn't WoW
it.
do this too?
I'm just saying that if they're gonna do
Okay,
it,
we don't want to talk about WoW way WoW does it, because WoW's literally like, wait, what is this expansion about? Oh, there were 2 books on it. Cool.
if they're gonna do it, I just wish they'd do it with original content.
I mean, there's 4.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's gonna be like 6,000 words of original content.
Dude, that's a lot of words. For $15, I'm down.
That's not a lot of words.
I'm down for $15. There's going to be art in there too, you liar.
It's gonna cost $40 to.
Well, for you, yeah, you're fucked. Like I said, I'm defending you. They should just put that shit online.
It looks like it's hardcover. I think it's definitely hardcover.
You better hope they make a digital version, because you don't want to fucking have to import that shit. But yeah, no, it's. I don't want more novelizations necessarily. It's cool at times. There's a point where it's easy to go overboard. This is a nice little collector's thing. The art in there, the stories, having them in a physical means. But I already know there's going to be a lot of people.
No such thing as too much story.
Yeah, I'm not in the game. If it's in the game, I'm okay.
Not at all.
If they've got time to write it in the book, they got time to put it in my goddamn game.
Agreed.
All right.
The words are done.
All right.
If the words are done, just stick a text box and I walk up to an NPC and be like, hey, did you hear the time this happened? Like, all right. Speaking of which, one of those tales is about Fordola. What the fuck happened to her this whole trailer?
Well,
I mean, we know what she's doing because of one of those tales with our involved. But she's
got to be at Gimlet. She's got to be at Gimlet.
They're trying to invade
shit. They're trying to invade Alameda. She's got to be at Gimlet. The reason they're not showing her is because like it's going to be
so integral.
Yeah, that's going to be like super spoiler.
You better fucking be right, buddy.
I look. Surely,
you better fucking be right. That's all I'm saying.
They're not gonna be like, all right, yeah, here come the Garlands coming to invade Alamigo again. Hey, secret weapon Echo Girl, you just stay put. If we leave her behind, she'll break out. You know?
I don't think she'll break out to go there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and go right back to her cell.
And then she's gonna see Xeno. She's gonna see Ella Xenos, and they're gonna be like, I know.
She will know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
She won't be able to stop herself from knowing. That's her biggest problem right now. And then we also have Alpha in Chocobo Dungeon, Everybody, which comes out March 20th, and I'm gonna play it because it comes with a little Omega buddy. You know that in Chocobo Dungeon, Everybody, if you have a physical friend with you, you can do a local co-op, and they can play as the buddy with the Chocobo. So in this case, I'd hope we'd be able to have your buddy play as Omega.
Yay!
That would be adorable.
Yay!
Fucking right, yay!
Man.
Yeah, I've never played a Chocobo Dungeon game. I don't know whether I care about it or not.
They're pretty fun. They're mindless. They're not hard. Or they're not that hard. I guess I should say. They have their moments. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Along with Crystal Chronicles next year. Looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that. That's going to be good.
Yep. But other than that, I'm sure there are more details from the trailer we didn't get to talk about because we spent so much time talking about the various stuff.
The trailer?
Yeah. Like so much so that whole plan I had to do like the Steel Series stuff at the beginning, it just ignored it. I didn't.
Yeah, I kind of remembered that in the middle of it. Like,
no, I remembered literally as we started, but I just wanted to start. I just couldn't. I was just like, no, I'm in it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's too hype right now.
It's too hype. So is there any points you want to bring to the surface before we wrap it up since we're at about the 2-hour mark?
No, I'm happy. Don't.
He heard me go.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
yeah.
He heard
Don't
me.
say
He
it.
heard me make the beginnings
We
of the
both
letter
did.
N.
Don't make me come over there. All right.
I mean, do you want to come to LA? What's up?
Shut up. Do the outro. Let's go.
What a Slyh. Is there any other point you wanted to nail home? Is there anything that you wanted to double back on? Anything? Same question.
No, I think we pretty much covered everything and anything not everything, but a lot of the talking points that we did want to cover, we kind of went through. So I think we're good.
I do have one last thing. Who's Billy?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
This is a jersey for my surf club.
Okay.
Bilgola Beach. We call it Billy.
All right. I needed to know because
mystery solved.
It's very rare you see someone with a shirt that just says Billy.
It's the name of my boyfriend. I didn't want to get it tattooed, so we made a compromise.
So yeah, that's this week's show, folks. Like I said, we'll be back next year.
Sounds so far away, Slyh.
Mm.
Oh God, don't make that joke. It's too early. It's too fucking early.
No, it's the end.
Do you want to just go ahead and do the
Ethys, no, they know your name now. Whatever will I do? Now your name's there twice. I can't. But Ethys. But no, we need Billy.
No. I'm so fucking done.
You need a hairy shirt is what you need. Where's your hairy shirt? Oh, well, then you should have worn that.
Oh, maybe I should.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So with that, though, now that we've covered up the mystery of Billy, we can begin our outro. Just as a reminder, Steel Series sponsors all these shows. There's a giveaway in the description. So especially because it's the holiday season, you should probably enter to win some free shit. Read all the rules, regulations. As long as Steel Series ships to your country, then you can enter. That's it. And you need to be 18 or older. So be sure to, get older while you're at it, too, in case you don't meet that qualification yet. I get older before the end of this year. My birthday's in 6 days.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Yeah, mystery of 1227. I don't know what it means in my name at all. No idea. Big mystery.
None.
Yeah. All right. Nobody cares. Oh, yeah, it's Shannon's birthday today, too. I forgot.
Yeah, and don't forget that.
On
the 27th.
I did an AMA yesterday on Reddit. I posted.
I saw that.
I had to do it. Honestly, she got a lot more birthday wishes because she tweeted that I wrote that, and not because I actually told people to do it on the post. She brought that upon herself. She really, really did. But happy birthday, Shannon.
Okay.
We also have to thank our sponsors over on Le Patreon. I'm sure there's going to be a missing name here. I've been kind of swamped all week. So I definitely have one additional name to add to that, but I'll get to that as I'm actually going through it. So thank you to our Patreon sponsors. We, of course, have our patrons of light, Kurenai, whose name we forgot when it came to the...
we would never forget Kurenai's name. We just forget sometimes that he's a cute little cat girl.
Aura
girl.
At this, the lore guy.
Okay.
First Ida, now this.
All right.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Bye-bye.
I can't forgive you. Anyway, our patrons of light, we have this one's Khuja Cross on Jenova, with a very festive theme. Not the normal Santa, but one of the things they spoke about in the Slyh letter was they're going to be allow you to pick specific emotes on the G-pose now, something you couldn't do before. So that's
spend a lot of time on that.
Dude, the guy who's in charge of G-pose will never lose his job. Too many people like screenshots. That's the bottom line. So that's Khuja Cross's picture right there, one of our patrons of light, and that's Kurenai's. It looks like he's praising the Lord and Savior Bahamut, or what's left of him at the very least. He doesn't have his shirt on, so he might be presenting to Bahamut as well. Not really sure, but he's got some nice posters in the back. He's made a nice little shrine. He's got the king, the not dirty king from what's it called? St. Mosion's Heart Mode, I think that minion is from. Question mark? I think it is. All right, all the same. Thank you to our patrons of light. Ethys, turn your goddamn camera back on.
Hi.
I'm watching you. Okay. And then we have the rest of our patrons over on Patreon. Now, the name I wanted to add to that for our standard sponsors, the one that I definitely forgot to write down before starting this, is Kana Ozuki. They're a new standard sponsor. So I got the email from them, and I just never got around to adding it to the actual list because I've been just a mess this week. So making sure that I remember that as well as possible. Also buying time because I accidentally X'd out the list. And so this
Nice.
Yeah, but it's back now.
Nice.
So I'm just being honest with everybody. And then we have the rest of our standard sponsors. We have Crazed Demeter from Midgar, Raijin Ventinus of Cactar, Carol, Ray, Senchi, Shadowlink on Tonberry, Dom, Asuka Wig from Jenova, Limilla Nelhah of Midgard, Sarmer, Stop It, Slyh, Serren, the Fennel family, Janhyua Yotsuyu, Kifca and the Grey Eagles on Exodus, Darkgraver, Aoshi from Kujata, Skia Symphonia from Ragnarok, Rylanator Westaus The Purple Warrior, Eadric Redsteele on Exodus, Lexxie Valentine, Mantaru the Rivivus FC from Zodiark. Rivivus always slips me up. Sour Cream and Chives from Jenova, Rynoet Chikara, Goetia, Valefar of Siren, Phoenix Down FC on Goblin, and Serren from Zodiark. And we have our elite State of the Realm sponsors, Naira Vizsla of the Red, Alchemy, Shinka, Casual Heroes FC on Midgard, Sarmer, Tatachitaka on Hyperion, Kana Izuki of Jenova, Ustarla on Coral, Sathal, Sarah Frost from Behemoth, Holy Tabasco, Red Thorn, and Serrha, Crass 015, Mustang, Serenity FC on Ultras, Cat Kazuma, Ignis Vergren from Excalibur, Blesher of Fanfort, Not Quarters from Excalibur, Corpus Moonscar, Piper Mikey, Nine, Kurosami, Rudy Rudiger, Killa Hackman, Raul Jr., and Kiltastic Jones.
Thank you all so much for combating hashtag demonetizing. Thank you so much for your support week in and week out.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
I got my first.
Thanks, guys.
I got one of those demonetization like confirmation video comments that they send on videos yesterday, and I was like, "You fucking." It's on the 4.5 like website update or something. Oh hey, we have this. No, give it to me. Give it to me. Yeah. No, where is it? How come you didn't do it? Oh yeah, this was.
Why did I not do it? Because it's annoying as fuck.
But you brought it in here. You brought this on yourself
For the
anyway.
end of the year State of the Realm.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
It was very annoying.
Yeah, where the hell come it's not going? There we go.
Your fucking alarm clock.
This was a gift from the Final Fantasy XIV North American team. It's a fat chocobo alarm clock. I want to actually get like 20 of these and set up a course for chocobo racing.
Have them all like slightly out of sync.
I had to promise her I wouldn't use it, so she would post a video of me using it. How weird is that?
That's amazing.
Because she's like, I can't do it. I can't be with you anymore if you use that. And I was like,
that's a hard decision.
I was like. Okay.
So annoying.
Oh boy.
It worked out so well. I forgot. I was going to bring it on the show and I totally forgot. All right. So on that note.
I'm glad I barged in.
Yes, I am. So on that note, Ethys, with your camera on, why don't you tell people where they can find you at when they, so desire it, if they desire it?
You can find me in Paris in February if anyone's going to be at the Fanverse. That'll be cool. So if you see me, please do say hi. And if you're planning on being there, drop me a line. You can find me on twitch.tv/EthysAsher pretty much every day. You can find me on youtube.com/EthysAsher for lore and analysis videos. You can find me on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, all the places. EthysAsher. Get on Instagram for some Paris photos. Thanks. And what about Slyh?
Hi, I'm Slyh. You can... Don't do it.
I'm not. No, I'm literally holding it for when it's my turn.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Slyh, aka Greyfox, Instagram at Slyh, aka Greyfox07, Twitter at Slythefox, YouTube.com/The Velvet Room. It's about to be Krumel. Merry Krumel, everybody. Happy holiday, Merry Krumel. Yeah, just trying to get through Krumel, get into the next year. Still waiting on my copy of Super Robot War so I can actually start that. Yeah, been playing a bit of Smash. Been on the Frames of War. Getting my Mesa Prime. 'Cause I want that in my life. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, Haps, go ahead and hit it.
No, I don't want to hit it just yet, but giggity. But hi, I'm Mr. Happy. You can find me Mr. Happy127 at Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, which I've been posting on a little bit more. Mostly just pictures of my cat. He's not annoyed by this thing at all. I held it to his face. He just went. All right, that's fine. Just doesn't scare him, unfortunately. I wanted to chase him around the house so it could be like fat chocobo chasing around a fat cat. Would have been a perfect video. But anyway, I've got some plans for stuff. If Atlas actually comes out,
yes,
I might play that tomorrow.
Yes,
we're incorporating Smash Saturdays starting tomorrow. We're doing viewer lobbies and online match spectating and whatnot. Saturdays
1v1s or 4?
What?
1v1s or 4?
I'm probably gonna do a mix because 4 is easier to get more people, in the games, and because I can also spectate games in the room as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and what else was there? I mean, there's something else I was gonna bring up that I totally forgot because I got sidetracked because I was too busy thinking about Atlas actually coming out and whether or not it will. So fingers crossed because I'm all set to go. With that, I have my code, I have my download done, and at this point, I'm just waiting to do it. So fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly with that one. But otherwise, it's been a crazy year. This will be the last time I get to, I guess, speak to everybody for this year, and it's been a hell of one for more than one reason. So I feel a lot better towards the end of this year, especially after the AMA I did on Reddit yesterday, which was very well mannered. About 99% of it was well mannered, so it's I feel like we're ending this year on a good note, and I hope everybody has a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas. I think Hanukkah's passed already. I don't know about Kwanzaa. I don't know when all the holidays are, but enjoy all your various holidays and New Year's and all that good stuff. And State of the Realm, we'll see you just a few days into 2019, which is just 2 weeks from today. Mark it on your calendars. 2 weeks from today. By the way, I almost forgot this, but Slyh, I hated you last week on Wednesday. Slyh, on last Tuesday's show, we made a huge point to tell everyone the next show was next Friday about the live letter. This motherfucker messages me on Wednesday. He's like, hey, do you want to do a show on this lore thing with Ethys next Tuesday? And I'm like,
you what?
You know what? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
Slyh, I said we can do 2 shows this week if you want, and you said no.
I said no. You just had to remind me. That was it. I just saw news and I saw content. Fucking content.
But we already had the content. We knew the content. I had to call you out on it. I was so mad with you after explaining to everyone else the show prior. I was so mad. Like in a funny way, like in I love you Slyh way. But I was so mad. The only thing that could cheer me up.
Have a good night, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, it's done. It actually is really loud. Like, there's no volume setting on it. So if I did use it in the morning, I think I might actually get tired of it.
I would wake up like in a panic.
Yeah, it's like very jarring.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I want 20 of them so I can like have to run throughout the whole house to shut them all off. Like I set the alarm clock for 5 in the morning, and then
help to hide them for you, and then you have to find them and everything. Yeah.
No, she would kill me if she hid them, and it took me a while to find them. She'd be like, "It's fucking there! Shut it off!"
They will have to be like slightly unsynced though, just slightly.
And if you're playing Monster Hunter on PC, you better get used to that when you go to hunt down the Kuliaku.
Oh god.
God. Oh yeah, because Yeah, Behemoth's out on PC now. Yay.
Yep. You're gonna have to chase the Kuliaku for that theme.
Ooh,
Yay, Behemoth again.
content. Ooh, yeah.
Content.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, yeah, we have AT Kulve, and it's just pretty much the same Kulve, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's still... Yeah, that's why I'm just waiting for Iceborne. I'm not going to bother with anything prior to Iceborne.
Not even Geralt?
I don't care.
No, Geralt of Rivia? No?
No, I don't care. I didn't like Witcher 3. I thought the gameplay was subpar.
How dare you?
I thought the gameplay was subpar.
Dare you?
Oh my god.
How filthy dare you?
I thought the story was great. I thought the gameplay was so...
Well, it's not really about the gameplay, is it?
Yeah,
Which
but
is more
if it's
about
not
narrative.
fun to do the things, then I don't want to do the things.
I mean, you get the fuck on a unicorn. How badass is that?
Dude, I could do that on Grand Theft Auto. I'd probably Red Dead Online in a year if I really wanted to. I don't know what Red Dead Online is planning to do that you know...
Probably do that in Atlas.
Yeah, I could get on a unicorn in Atlas when it comes out one day.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
I think I got the date right, just not the year.
Which is weird because the days changed a few times in the past couple days.
Gotcha. See, 2019.
I have it downloaded. All right. Yeah, do I have to change Patrons of Light to Patrons of Darkness?
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of which, Ethys, I remember the fucking shirts Aqua showed me. I'm the goddamn warrior of light. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have to change this one.
Yeah. No, I'm still the goddamn warrior of light.
No,
Everyone else can be the warrior of darkness. That's fine.
No, you're not.
That's all right.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Fuck you, yes, I am.
No to the request, but no.
All right.
Just saying.
It wasn't a request.
You have no proof. God damn it. Well, I'm glad to know you're upfront about it. At least your honesty makes it a bit easier to believe. It's okay.
Makes it easier to reconcile.
Yeah, it makes it much easier to reconcile. Honestly, honesty. You know, that's how Sean Connery got all the ladies when he was James Bond. He's just like, I'm going to have sex with you. And they're like,
$15 for the yes is still a yes.
There you go. That's it.
That's terrible, by the way.
It is, but it's also
That's
a Family
terrible.
Guy quote, so I don't feel as bad about it when I reference it. Dude, we were quoting Clerks, the animated series earlier.
Wait, what?
Have you ever seen
An
Clerks?
animated series?
It got canceled in 2 episodes.
There's an animated series.
Oh, it got canceled 2 episodes. Oh,
but there's
all
6 episodes in the DVD,
Okay.
and Kevin Smith does commentary on all of them.
Oh,
but the
that
very
would be-
first episode opens with a series like some guy walks into the convenience store and he's like, and Rand, you just hear Randall like hiding. Is it safe? The guy's like, is what safe? Is it safe? Yes, it's safe. It's very safe. Is it safe? Look, are you gonna come out or not? Is it safe? This isn't funny. And then you hear what's his name? I can't remember the other guy. I always remember Randall. It's like, it puts the lotion on its skin, then puts it in the basket. Shut up, man. Is it safe? Is it safe? Stop it! I just want some smokes. She just keeps asking, is it safe? 30 seconds. You owe me $5. I don't have $5. Take it from the register. It's actually, I think it's pretty funny. I think they got fucked hardcore when they aired it, but Kevin Smith's commentary is always worth listening to on the DVD version. I could listen to that man speak about nothing for so long. Oh shit. I fucked up what time it actually was on the thing. I need to fix it.
no. Oh.
6:17. There we go. Thank you, Plank, for 4
Well,
months.
I need to get some food before I start
Me too.
this strum.
Plans
So-
for the night, gentlemen?
I mean, Atlas would have been great.
It will be in 3 hours.
Yeah, will it? Will it though?
For me.
Will it though?
For me. I won't even fucking be awake, dude. I've been up since 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow as well. I haven't got my code yet, so
You'll be alright.
Feels bad, man.
You'll be alright.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll probably be farming light, I think.
Oh yeah, best of luck.
Maybe a bit of
rolls.
dots.
I got 590 crit, 170 direct hit, so best of luck.
Ooh,
pretty nice.
I don't care about the rolls. I really,
you're just getting them as a byproduct of being there.
Yeah,
I mean that's what I did. I farmed bunnies and went to NMs when they spawned, and I got my stats.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Now I'm just if they buff Pog sufficiently, I'll go back and do another one, but only if I think it's enough buff. I won't do it now. There's no fucking chance I'm doing it now.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a red mage one as well. Oh,
some wolf just tweeted me. Is it safe? the actual like clip. I love it. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Go watch it. It's so much fun. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us at this. Thank you for very last minute, as per usual, joining us again.
No worries. Thanks, fam. Merry Christmas, everyone. If I don't talk to you guys again.
Merry Christmas. And, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year and happy birthday, Mike.
Thanks, man. I'm going to be 28.
Oh, my God.
It's getting old, man.
Oh, so fucking cute. Oh, my God.
Don't do that.
Shut up.
Shut
up, you fat old prick.
No.
Wow, that's
just so fucking cute.
All right, enough.
God.
The man needs to leave. Goodbye, Ethys.
See you, bye.
Goodbye, Slyh. Enjoy your crema. Merry crema. Goodbye, Slyh. Merry crema.